And also start.
Okay, start.
Yay, star 2.
Okay, I moved this on the side to distract Steve from his important streaming launching.
No!
Oh no! Oh, look at it!
What? How dare?
Oh,
It's your favorite, right?
How
Yay.
dare?
Distraction from the stream launching is the best. Yay!
Ah, and none of the stream will ever know what it is. Ah, because OBS isn't focused on that window, so they'll never know. Ah. It's pretty cute though, stream. Just so that you're aware, it's pretty cute.
It's cool.
Sweet. Look at how awesome this picture turned out.
Hang on. I gotta pop out this here chat thing.
Oh, cool.
oh, that is awesome. Yeah.
Oh, that finished.
Yeah, isn't it pretty?
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I likes it.
Pretty spoopy too.
I am pretty spooked, yo.
It's quite spooped. But look, see, you've managed to damage the glass. You just gotta keep hitting it.
It's even better when you realize that that mirror is only like 3 inches tall. Probably in a dollhouse.
God.
Wow. Why would we gotta break my heart like that?
She's not wrong though.
She's not wrong, yeah. Yeah, that's actually given me horrible ideas, by the way, for a game sometime. But that will be another day.
That's good.
That's pretty nice.
I
Jinxie
already
doesn't
like
want to
that
do
game.
pictures for it. I told Jinxie they could do pictures.
Jinx doesn't think he's good enough for your book, is what he told me.
It's very pretty looking. It turned out well.
I know. I was like, holy shit. I'm gonna link that in the.
Hang on,
main
I bet if I
chat.
drag it over to here, OBS will see it. Yes, it will. Look at that. There, it's on the recording,
I don't see it.
and now it's going away.
I don't see anything.
I see it.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful picture.
I mean, I can see it if I look over here, but I don't see it on Twitch. I see like some kind of text document.
I should get in Roll20.
You see some
I'm
kind
sorry,
of
it's Photoshop.
text
You can
document
check
on Twitch? Is it playing live right now? Because I was just looking at the live Twitch stream and it should be showing Roll20.
It's
Yeah, no,
not showing a text document. He's messing with you.
Well,
What? Oh, I'm looking at you. Oh, dumb, an idiot. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the wrong-
You loaded an old video because the live.
Yeah.
well done. Yeah,
Well, the video.
No,
I was
that's worth a
watching
golf
was
clap.
Actually, in fact.
that's
I realized like a half beat after I said that. Oh wait, Fox isn't messing with you. They're doing something else.
No, I'm not messing with him. I'm just stupid.
I managed to troll Fox without even intending to. Just the very presence of the stream trolled him.
All right. So,
We'll
we
surely learn.
Probably should get going because we're starting a little late tonight. Were you guys wanting to do your meeting now? Because I know you guys were talking about having a meeting. Did you want to talk about that stuff now? Or
Yeah, it was just a brief thing, really quick, because I wanted to, like, I feel like there's a couple different places we could go from here, conceivably, like, depending on who you want to track down and or handle, and they're not all necessarily in the same direction. So if somebody has a direction they want to go, they should probably, like, voice it so that one person doesn't just haul us off to somewhere else.
My character's only echo immediate thing is killing hide and seek, but that's not like pressing for the player and like the character go. It will happen eventually, so I don't care.
Perhaps even with the benefit of better equipment.
I from a few things that were said and also experienced from a certain previous from certain previous sessions. I did kind of expect us to eventually go topside.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that doesn't have to happen. that's right. No, it doesn't have to happen. Yes.
Yeah.
It's basically my point is the whole thing. Don't let previous ideas constrict where the game naturally flows to.
Well, Mika was
Okay.
probably going to bring us up top if nobody was going to stop. So, and once,
Okay, hold up, guys. I have this idea, and hear me out.
what if?
Card games on motorcycles?
All right, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, I'm sold.
But what?
That's the next campaign. Card games on motorcycles. I don't think it needs any
That's-
additional.
That's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing, isn't
It
it?
is a Yu-Gi-Oh joke, yes.
I kinda stopped watching that somewhere.
It
in
went
the middle
way
of
over
the
my
second
head.
season or something like that.
Not nearly animal
The fact
enough.
that you started watching it at some point is a mark of shame on you.
Wait, you got the joke, Ali.
Yes, it's because it was an internet meme.
You keep your memes to yourself.
It was made all over the place.
But frankly, I'm just willing to go with the flow with the game.
Yeah, I feel like my character has gotten possibly an unfair amount of focus down here. So I'm happy doing whatever happens.
Well, what are they going to want to do about the kids? Because that kind of like that is a pathway that could conceivably take a while to. That's what I want to figure out. Essentially, is if we're going to see the kids off to their sweet and general conclusion, we may be doing that for a bit, which is fine. But if that's what we're doing, I won't have my character pitch the sudden need to go be somewhere else because they wouldn't really coincide.
I kind of feel like that's almost something we have to discuss in character. 'Cause I would say right now, my character has like one idea, which is, the general state of her. And we'll just follow that.
Well, first, let's find out if those kids are even alive.
No, they're fine.
Or if we're even alive by the end of this.
No,
I,
we're
I,
fine.
I hadn't thought of that Alejandro might attack the kids.
Who knows?
I can't believe that anybody who has that dramatic a Spanish guitar intro would do such a thing.
Good
I don't
point.
know, it just turns... just turns to the Mexican hat dance and he's just waiting on the kids.
Stop! That's glorious. All right. Well, I mean, we can do it. My concern is essentially just a timing situation, depending on realism, which it's all worked through in head. But if we come into a situation where it's going to take several weeks of figuring out what needs to happen in order to get them situated, or something where like we need to pursue something immediate, like those two ideas don't necessarily coexist with the party staying together.
That's okay.
Right,
I'm
so-
sure we can just drag them to the progenitus box.
Let's just bring all the kids with us.
Okay, topside journey. Can we find a school bus? I want to find a school bus.
Sam just had to cue that up.
Did you say
Yep.
fight a school bus? Or
Oh,
Fine.
that's even better, actually. Fight a school bus.
Why are we fighting a school bus?
All right.
What's going on?
Speaking of fighting a school bus, I guess we can move on from there. We'll just figure it out as we go.
All right. So who's gonna give me a recap, or should I recap?
Sam gets to recap this time.
Oh my god, thou shall have an inspiration. Wait, wrong system.
Ah, let me just stretch and think of this inspiration that I'm getting from another system. Feels good. All right. So when we last left our heroes, they had approached one of the oldest bases of the spirals. They had gone in under a secret guise, using a ambulance to get very close by, and having Stefan kind of helping them kind of guide their way through things. They sent Stefan in early, ahead of everybody else using the ambulance. Nobody decided to go with Stefan, thinking that it might be better if he just wandered around on his own. Stefan had never gotten, in his many years and many different lives, gotten to be the covert guy. And it was the highlight of his life, and he forgot completely how to turn off the button that he was broadcasting the entire time. So everyone got to hear his entire day as he wandered through the building, making friends with fellow chop shop doctors. He relayed the information to the party, being a stand-up kind of guy, because Stefan was always the reliable person who really cared about making sure that the party succeeded, and he was he told them that the children were on, I believe, the 7th floor. And
Yes.
they ended up believing that there was a VIP up on the top floor. The party went and very artfully managed to dodge guards using cameras, and just being super stealthy, and by not trying to just bash door downs, they actually picked locks and things like that, and got in covertly without making a ton of racket, which was amazing.
I was very proud of us.
They're very proud. No, at no
Wait
point
for
did
it.
nobody do anything that would have triggered any of those guard patrols that continued to circle through the area as they rescued these children. That some of them were in horrible conditions, including one of them that is in critical conditions, with a lot of the skin and fur and everything flayed off of his body. And they had to very carefully bandage that one up and kind of nudge it towards the door. The aforementioned hurt child, I don't really recall how they got it down the stairs in the stretcher, but they did.
Carefully. That's the answer to that question.
And then they left Zuri in charge of the 2 children, of the 3 children who could not walk, to get them through the sewer passageway, because they needed to use her to get past all of the security things that were down there, because she had managed to hack everything down there. So they had to send Zuri down, but since the child was also in critical condition, they decided to send Zuri with Stefan. So Stefan was to meet them and then to help with the children immediately. They marched off into the darkness together as Zuri lost control. It was very sad.
I choose to believe that Stefan and Alejandro now have a nice interpersonal relationship, and everything will be fine.
And so we went dark on them as she lost her control after meeting back up with Stefan. The rest of the party decided they weren't leaving, not without Stottle. Dun, dun, dun! So they decided to keep going. Miko urged them to set the bombs in various pillars and things on the first floor, just like we did last time, guys. Just do it like we did last time. And
I believe in the power of doing it like we did last time.
And Lotta, amazingly enough, managed to cobble together explosives out of ammo and a couple few grenades she had left to try and
comms
bring something to
spots.
explode.
And
Comms spots, yeah.
MacGyvered, yeah, fair.
Yeah, which she rolled those sabotage rolls amazing, and I'm actually really proud of the fact that this has moved the player into taking a really cool quirk as a result, which was very, very pleasing for me. So I'm glad she did that. It was kind of cool character focus.
See, in light of this,
Time.
I want you to do the MacGyver thing where you say you never use guns, but I want you to do it while you're actually holding your gun, shooting people.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, I don't use guns. Guns are for the weak.
Guns Well, anyway,
I do not use guns. I am merely a vessel for the gun speak.
I have a vessel for the bullet gods.
Me, gun SCP.
Yeah, it's me, gun SCP. Alright, so you, as a group, managed to come up with this amazing plan to blow up the first floor, to debilitate and destroy and hopefully kill hundreds of these mercenaries that are working out of this this large base. One of the major headquarters of the Spirals. And that's when Miko was a hero. Miko somehow managed to sneak all the way upstairs, unnoticed, 15 flights up. Miko opened the door, somehow without hands. We assume.
Shh! Don't think about the event.
Miko opened the door, seeing a big, burly, chocolatey bear guarding the door. In the hallway, realized something in this hallway had to be Stottle. Miko flung open the door right in front of the cameras and dove in, heroically somehow using a really crazy teleporty device with no hands. But she did. Don't think about the event.
Shh! Don't think about the event!
She went into a couple empty rooms before she eventually found herself in the room with an unconscious and badly off Stottle, who was tied down, clearly in some sort of torture device. The bear was waiting in the room when she came in, holding a gun out, ready to shoot Stottle. And Miko did the only thing Miko could think of. Hit the guy with her shield, which was pretty cool, and knocked the guy back briefly, pulling his gun away. He shot wildly at Miko and the guy, somehow forgetting that he had like the ability to shoot at her because she's a lateral, and so he couldn't actually shoot at her when she ran up at him. Trust me, there was that moment there where I was like, wait, I can, no, I can't. Wait, I can't, no, I can't. It was like, so she managed to hit the guy. She gets Stottle on her back somehow. Don't think about the event.
I have seen many, YouTube video of Happy Pupper, assisting injured human, who is probably just lying on the ground.
Are you saying Miko's a happy papa?
Listen, don't think about the event.
Also, while he was tied up to a thing, yeah. So somehow Happy Pupper rescues guy, throws him over her.
Okay, I regret my choice of words. We gotta stop Happy Pupper, run away.
Happy Pupper then excitingly wagging her tail, thinking this is gonna be her moment in the sun.
No!
Throws a grenade. Don't think about the event.
This is my moment in the sun.
Look, Equestria works somehow, so
No!
they work.
Suction.
Cards in Equestria.
Suction cups. That's how Equestria works.
Alright, so
Turtles?
somehow, don't think about the event, she throws a grenade. Unfortunately, Sam had designed this NPC, and he threw it
To
back.
throw back. It's the only appropriate moment from that is the grenade landing on the ground. You have to do the Ashley J. Williams. Huh.
Yeah, so the grenade lands suddenly at Miko's feet, and Miko goes, huh, they can do that! And that's when the explosion went off.
God, if only Amelia was there to throw it back.
I am waiting.
That would've worked.
No, you can. It's a hot potato moment. It throws just like the other throw takes place. So eventually somebody will mess up.
Well, he throws it at Miko's feet. It explodes. Miko, using extreme amounts of bravery, braced and took a large amount of damage that she could have circumvented for herself to save Sottle's life. And then behind her, mysteriously, the door fell off its hinges because the GM was amused. And also, it took a fuck ton of damage from a really big grenade. Really, that's the more important part about that.
It did sting a bit.
It did. This led to Miko making a dastardly chase down flights and flights of stairs, spending her entire action running down 14 flights of stairs.
Hang on.
Yeah, 15 flights of stairs.
Can fleeing downstairs be dastardly?
Yeah, I don't know if that was quite the right adverb, but we're good.
Alright, you managed to acrobatically
I'll
go down
take
15
that.
flights of
Sure,
stairs
why not?
with somebody on her back who is deathly injured and has no way to hold on.
I think I can only flee dastardly if the Dover boys are chasing me.
Upon reaching the first floor, Miko steps out, stepping like it's awesome. All of the various bad guys in the area start turning because they're locking down the building. All the doors are shut. The windows have long since been covered up with shielding. That was something we kind of went over in the previous session. So there's a whole lockdown going on where they're trying to cover all the exits because somebody's in the building. They turn to look, and that's where we pick back up.
Well, there was a slight detail at the end of that statement.
Yeah. That's the thing. At that point, somebody on the outside went, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to push the button," and they pushed the button.
Which is a fair point, because the button was supposed to be pushed.
Same time that was going to happen, though, Miko is going to see something really interesting occur. one of the guys who turned to look at you points out his hand, and the world seems to like bubble and ripple for a brief moment, and then a full set of creatures come into being. His eyes go wide.
Oh, that's really not good.
Yeah. And that's when everything goes boom.
Oh, that's really not good.
Yeah. So
Huh.
the explosion happens, and I have to ask, Miko, there is an entire building coming down, or, a large enough chunk that it's excessive, and you have an explosion at your feet. Would you like to use your rescue at this point before I continue to narrate?
Sam, I have thought about this long and hard, and I have considered that every character dies eventually. But
Okay.
not, I think, today.
Alright, because
But also, can we see the damage roll?
Are you using your rescue?
I choose to live, damn it!
Alright, so I have one other question for you, and I decided this last week. That you would have this at the end of last game. I decided you would have this possible answer you need to give me. Who do you take with you?
Who do I... Well, there's only one person that was with me.
No, but if you could save one life, who do you save?
Can I narrow it down a little bit?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, can you narrow it down a little bit? Because I'd say, like, there was this little cute puppy I saw 3 weeks ago that I would probably bring with, or like.
I mean, if you want to save that little puppy's life, you could save that little.
Oh, well, that's like. Do I have to pick one player character to survive this event?
No, I'm saying you can pick one NPC. One NPC.
Well, I was sent here to save this guy, but I'm a little worried about Stefan over there.
Is he? I thought he was like way out of the building.
He is, but she hasn't narrowed this process at all, so like...
I haven't narrowed this process because there is a series of transcendent catastrophes that are about to unfold.
And, cause and effect doesn't matter here, so choose who you want.
Can I choose Billy's dad?
You could choose Billy's dad, but I'll tell you, he already died. So I'm not sure
Not sure we want.
We have established that time is
Am I allowed to phone a friend?
You are allowed to phone a friend.
All right.
Oh, Stefan.
What are we thinking? I think Stefan has done more active stuff for us, but I was sent in to save this one guy.
I am of the opinion that Stottle's going to get these kids killed.
That Stottle is?
I feel like a whole lot more people are gonna die if we don't have Stefan.
to help. All right.
I would also like to be not at fault for killing a beloved NPC, so I'm for Stefan.
Sorry, Stottle.
All right. I have chosen to save Alejandro. No, wait. Sorry, Stefan. Stefan.
Alejandro is spared.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah, well, we will save Stefan, and I will deal with the fallout of having failed my mission.
Hey, at least we've mercy killed Stottle. That was one of the options on the table.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
It may be a very drastic mercy kill of exploding building, but still.
Alright. The flames start to erupt at your feet, Miko. Everything seems to go silent. Your vision goes black and murky. For a brief moment, you can see shapes with red eyes, kind of slurping themselves into existence. The creatures that were already summoned seem to turn and regard them as the entire plane around you begins to shift. Suddenly, with a sickening squelch, something erupts on your back. There is a sickening, squishy, fleshy sound as Stottle's weight becomes heavy on you, pouring over you. You feel like you're getting submerged. The blackness starts to pull you down as you see this disgusting flesh shape start to just pull across your vision.
Is this a feature?
He's still alive. He's just occurring.
Everybody has a couple Tetsuo moments once in their life.
Your vision fades for a brief moment as you find yourself submerged. A bubble comes out of your mouth, black and like, you know, oil, where it's got that kind of iridescent look to it.
Mhm.
You can see light above you and darkness below as you hang there, suspended in some strange liquid.
Swim down.
That's kind of her default reaction, actually. Um,
I know what you're designed for. Swim
yeah,
down.
pretty much. I think I might have to take a resolve check.
Alright.
Because she had a mission that she was supposed to do. I guess it depends on whether or not we associate the mission with going up or not. Which I would think we would.
Swim down.
So what kind of difficulty do you want on this?
I'll say difficulty 0.
Alright.
There's a lot on you, not on
She
me.
she's
You wanna-
she is looking downward, and it feels like that's the way she's supposed to. I just type / resolve. That doesn't work. It's
I
not
can make
it's not
that
that good yet.
I can
Do that for
make
everything.
happen. I can make this true. Alright, so good.
She's feeling like that's where she's supposed to go, which is kind of a strange constant for her because she wasn't really aware of that particular tradition. But there was, she was supposed to get Stottle out of there, and they're waiting for her up top. So she's momentarily torn, and that moment will last as long as it takes me to get my character sheet up. There it is. Okay. Plus,
Momentarily.
I want to say it's 1. I gotta find my saves. There they are. No, wait, that's the old one. Yeah, okay. I think. Oh, wow. Apparently, the willpower has overruled, or the fighting willpower. She takes note of the feeling, but she will attempt to go upward to see what happened to Stottle.
As you pull yourself out, you pump your legs, you wiggle your tail, you find yourself at home in this strange, it's not quite water, but it feels strange against your fur and your skin and your scales as you pull yourself up. And you breach concrete.
Which is a new flavor.
It's a new flavor, but you breach through it, pulling yourself raggedly onto solid ground, the liquid disappearing behind you as your tail gets free, and it smooths over to be solid ground again behind you.
What's
can't-
around me now? Yeah.
Yeah, taking a moment to look around you, and you find a body beneath your feet, laying prone, blood leaking slightly out the back of its head.
Can you drop? Is it possible to drop the volume on this just a little bit? It's
yes.
overwhelming. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Let me get that off. There. Didn't realize that was that much louder than me. Sorry. All right, but the cement, like I said, kind of melts back into being normal again, and there's a body prone ahead of you. You recognize it immediately. The extra arms, the chitinous visage. There is a large pool of liquid leaking out the back of his head. He's very stiff, but you can see he's still breathing, if only just.
She will run over to him. Is there nothing else here? Like, is it just a big plain of cement, or?
In the distance, you can see a massive building going down.
Oh, I've moved a bit.
Screams.
Okay.
Fire! You're standing along a roadside near a sewer entrance.
She will try to take stock of her status, but looks around a little bit, tries to see if Stottle's there.
No, there's no sign of Stottle.
Oh, I came up for. Hey, you! She will run over to him and shake him a little bit. Are you all right? How does one check to see if one of these is all right? How do I? Hello?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Oh, I think I'm missing part of my hair will never be the same.
You're probably correct on that.
He never had hair to begin with.
Yeah, that's why she's nodding. Like,
He pulls himself up just a little bit. You can tell he's very very hurt, and he looks over at you, kind of like almost kind of like a little bit of shock, and he's like, "Pretty."
thanks. Listen, were you just momentarily sucked through another world and back? I'm just taking stock of my situation here.
I think that was a near-death experience. Are you the light at the end of the tunnel?
Miko has to take a resolve save to see if she admits to being God.
To be fair, you were his light at the end of the tunnel.
She goes, I don't know. Actually, I don't think I went deep enough to find out. Do you know how to swim?
I haven't tried. Oh shit! Everything's on fire.
Oh yeah, that happened. Hang on a second. I gotta check she's gonna start twisting her ears back and forth and tuning in the radio to see if she can figure out where anybody is.
All right, we're gonna hang up with you for right now because we still have to resolve everybody else who's running outside the burning building.
Fly, you fools!
All right, Amelia and Lotta. You hit the button. That went a lot better than you thought it would. And also a lot more horrifically than you thought it would. As you press the button, the building begins to lurch towards you guys as you're running down the street. There's screaming that goes on. You can see various people raising up their hands, and there's this weird kind of shimmers around them as they seem to be bracing for impact, probably using those weird implants. And there's almost like a strange smell to the air, like caramel and cherries and orange peels. It's just like, it's this weird mix that's just like a light in the air. You see strange creatures start pulling themselves out. A blackish being with 18 eyes and 3 big arms comes plowing out the front door and just engulfs one of the guards as the front half of the building comes down and starts smashing. I'm going to need dodge saves from both of you. We're going to say difficulty 2. There is a building coming down in on that path. You guys are going to be avoiding the chunks that are starting to hit. You should be able to get to safety if you keep moving.
That's body plus my dodge save.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I resolve at the building? Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye.
12.
Okay. Lotta, a heavy piece of concrete comes slamming down, doing 5 wounds to you as it crashes into your side and pins you to the ground.
Ha! And you thought the grenade was bad.
Ouch.
Oh, you're pretty heavy, Sam?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to find like the right spot for this. So it's too far away, you can't hear me. Too close, you hear me breathe.
Oh,
so.
we can hear you fine.
Okay, well, so yeah, this big heavy piece of concrete just slams down into you, pinning you to the ground heavily. You can see more of the building is coming. Amelia, you hear the crash behind you, and Alada is suddenly no longer at your side.
Go, run, get to the chopper.
Damn it, no Lotta's left behind. Oh, wait, I'm right here.
With a quick glance, can I see anything?
You see a lot of things. Suddenly, fresh flesh is actually starting to pool and bubble out of the front of the building. There's these blackish creatures with big red eyes and just most horrific looking appendages coming out all over the place, suddenly leaping and landing on people. Occasionally one of them gets hit by a huge piece of cement and briefly seems stunned but doesn't immediately dissipate. Lotta is suddenly pinned by a heavy piece of concrete that has slammed into her, probably hit her in the back, and is on top of her right now. but there is this strange kind of fleshy-like substance kind of bubbling and billowing its way out of the building. It seems like it's just it's like it's eating the concrete and taking it over. It's got blood vessels and bits of hair and all sorts of stuff, and it's letting out this noise.
We need to get ourselves about a mile away from that because the stock was going to get real big.
Da, 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 da.
I think I probably need to make a resolve test, don't I?
I mean, you would run. Run!
Save.
Yeah, you can do a save.
do
I'll say
anything
difficulty
but-
0.
To do anything but run, I think. So... Mine difficulty 0.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 14.
Alright, you don't have to run if you don't want to. So this is basically you're choosing if you're running or not.
Now that I know I have a choice, I'm fucking out of here.
How far is she from me?
She was right behind you. How fast do you move?
Movement 5.
She's probably about whatever 5 would be behind you. Would be
15 feet?
what is that?
15 feet.
Huh?
15 feet.
15 feet, yeah. About 15 feet behind you. And the building is teetering. There are flames starting up it.
I am gonna run back and try to move it, just like probably almost in a panic.
All right. So I will let you assist her to try and pull this off of her. So I'm gonna need a body athletics, I believe, and I believe it. What's the aid? It's aid, right? That lets you give a bonus to somebody.
So there's a what's a jiggle for that to give like a special bonus, like a quirk to do that, but otherwise if you're just getting help it would basically simplify the check.
Okay, we're gonna simplify the check. So it would be difficulty 3 because it's a heavy piece of concrete, but it's gonna be difficulty 2 because of that. So difficulty 2 for you, Lotta.
For me,
Move this
okay.
big rock off your back.
That's athletics.
Yep.
Okay.
Did Lotta have the no? Which of the surgeries did she have? I thought she had strength. No, she had the other
No,
one. Yeah.
I have. Thankfully, I am double honed in athletics with a boon, so target 10.
All right. So the two of you managed to rip this piece of concrete off, but because you guys lost a round, I'm gonna need another dodge save. Difficulty 3 this time.
You're gonna get me killed.
Actually, it should be difficulty 2, but yeah, but we'll do 3 because I said that already.
8 plus d6. Oh, thank God.
All right.
Run!
A big,
Run!
massive piece of chunk lands between you and Amelia, but you both manage to bounce out of the way as you continue forward. The flesh right at your heels as you continue running forward down the street. It's just seems like it's just bubbling forward, like it's just surging up like a tide, and it just consumes everything in its wake. There's a lot of screaming going on behind you, and these weird creatures are still just pouncing around, and then the entirety of the building comes crashing to the street. Your feet shake as the impact happens, the force, and the dust kicks up in all directions. I'm assuming you keep running.
Yeah, run.
Yeah, run.
Lotta would thank Amelia for the rescue, but is probably too busy trying to run with broken ribs.
Can there be like an extra action to throw up the horns as they're running?
No.
Wow. I will say at this point, Nico's probably trying to get a hold of you guys on your radios.
I ain't stopping to answer my fucking radio. I'm running for my life from Stubble.
Right now, the radio is picking up with Nico going, guys.
What would be my difficulty on a resolve test to not just keep running in abject terror?
I'm
I would probably say-
auto-failing that.
You can choose to fail it if you wish. Otherwise, I'd say difficulty 3. maybe 4. It's pretty bad. This is this is a terrifying hellscape that is erupting behind you.
I imagine we're running as fast as we possibly can, which means that,
This
that
is
breathing
something
in
you
is very important.
You have never seen
wait, it's
anything
fine.
like this before. You don't know when it will stop, if it will stop.
Okay. Nope. No answer.
Yeah, there's no answer as they continue running away. I'm gonna assume you guys are running in the direction.
Might be open. If it is, it's just
Yeah.
like borderline bobbing.
Yeah.
It's the freaking trash compactor saying, "Oh God, I'm killing them! I'm killing them!
I'm dying,
They're
too.
dying!"
In the distance, Miko, you can see the building come crashing down. The top floor somehow survives impact with another building and skitters across. You see about 2 more buildings forward. It's like it's a giant metal box, and it doesn't give up. It plows through about 2 buildings before it stops with a bunch of rubble on top of it.
Does it end up on the ground, or is it embedded in the side of a building?
It's embedded in the side of a building right now, somewhere downtown.
She's
Can I please imagine that it was like fucking chasing us, like we're running?
Yes, that is. I'm going to believe that is what is going on. As you guys are being chased by this box that's going from floor
Were we
to floor.
Prometheusing the box?
To be fair, you
It
were
was
dodging
airborne.
everying else. So yeah,
At least
caught
in
error.
our case, we had like streets, so
Yeah.
we had like a narrow way to run. We couldn't just run left and live.
Miko is going to frown at it and just be like, "Stefan, flip that box off for me."
Stefan raises a hand and does so, and then does it again with the other hand, and then does it again with another hand.
Miko will nod gravely.
Stefan will grab for his bag and start tending to his own wound, and he will look over to Miko. She stopped me again. This time she hit.
I mean, again, I didn't shoot him once. I was shot myself before I could actually get to that last time.
Miko tucks her ears in a goat-ridden look and says, "Yeah, I'm sorry. She was the only one who can get them back through the tunnel. Were the kids with her?"
Yeah, I was helping everybody get in, and we closed up the back, and it was all smiles and happy, and I was gonna get in the front seat because I was riding shotgun, and then bang.
Miko kind of peers over to see if she can figure out roughly where the vehicle was in relevance to her current position.
This was actually where you guys were parked.
Right, but I don't know where I am currently, so I'm trying to figure out where that was.
No, you are actually where the vehicle was parked.
Oh, okay.
Where you are.
So is it still
guys-
here? Like, is...
No, it's gone. It's just you came out in the cement next to Stefan, who was basically lying there dying.
Oh. Can I see any indication where it went, or did it just vanish?
Well, it drove off a little while ago.
Okay, but are they like tire tracks? Like it left? I was trying to figure out if it got sucked into another dimension or not.
I do a perception or a search.
Well, I mean, I could just ask Stefan. Hey, did she drive off?
I don't remember much after the shooting.
Oh, sorry.
It went dark.
Thanks
and
a
then
lot.
There was
Stefan.
a pretty light, and it was swim in the water.
Oh, so you do remember the swimming part. Ha, so that's consistency. She's delighted by that.
I don't like to be shot. Maybe Stefan has helmet from now on.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it'll even be a... Let's see if I can find her. It's going to shoot, a signal off on the riddle channel and be like, Zuri? Alejandro? Anyone?
There is only Mexican hat dancing.
No.
You know what my thought just was? Boy, I hope Alejandro knows how to drive.
Oh, actually,
Surely
Alejandro's an
doesn't.
amazingly great driver because Alejandro is like at least 1/18th bodyguard, so it's fine. But who
Wait, why did the AI ever learn how to drive?
says it's a full-on AI? You're the only one's been spouting that heresy. I'm sorry. What narrative were you in?
Mine! Clearly.
All right, so, Zuri.
Yes.
The last thing you remember is you were coming up behind Alejandro and the kids, and suddenly you're in a beautiful white hallway. It was a corridor of white. Every door seems to kind of glow a little bit. There's giggling. There's happy. You're free to move.
I will try the nearest door.
All right. As you look in the nearest door, there is a young cog boy sitting on a bed. He's got the biggest cog rabbit ears and bright blue eyes, and he looks up at you, and he's clearly was playing on some sort of gaming device, and he waves. I've got the high score. Do you want to come play?
Maybe later, but that's great. Congrats.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna shoot all the monsters, okay?
Great idea. Have fun.
All right. I'll tell you about it later. Here, boom.
And that's when Stefan got shot.
The follow-up
All this
shots
time
you'll be
we
hearing are
blamed
each of the
Alejandro.
children being summarily executed.
The young cog continues to play. You can see his bedroom. It reminds you a lot of your own bedroom when you were growing up, and has a lot of very ASR kind of trending, a lot of things like that. But it's all dated. It looks like it's probably stuff that was in fashion probably 6 years ago, 8 years ago. It's not like current, you know. So it's either this kid's like a really big fan of like these some simple things, or it feels like it's kind of out of trend right now. But he just continues playing and kind of ignoring you, and you can hear some more giggling down the corridor.
Okay. Instead of just trying random doors, I will try to follow the giggling to its source.
Okay. You walk down the long path, and you find a twin pair of avian cogs, and they look like they're probably in their early 20s, and they are sitting at in a room that has it's a little outdoor cafe, but you just came through a door from a corridor, but like the outside, it looks like there's like kind of a fake outside, and they're kind of having little drinks, and they both have like little knapsacks on either side of them, and they're kind of giggling to themselves, and they pause briefly looking over at you with their bright green eyes, and they say, oh, sorry, come, you're ready to join us?
I'm sorry, join you for what?
Well, it's tea time.
Already?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay.
Come on, you must be really tired.
Sleep.
Relax with us for a while.
It has been a bit of an exhausting day, yes.
I think there's just so much that we're all going to learn from each other. I'm just glad you're going to join us.
Don't join them!
Here, have your cup.
This is the voice of the other conscience in your head. No!
Join them. Swim down.
I take the cup.
All right, you have a cup in your hand, and they kind of giggle to each other. So, is there anybody special? Somebody we should know about?
Kind of, but I'm not sure yet. What's going on here?
Oh, it's just getting everything in order. I mean, we've got to get everything arranged, right?
Get what arranged?
Well, I mean, everyone has to have their place. It's only fair. We should be sharing. And from down the hallway, you can hear someone yelling, Rosie! And they both roll their eyes. Oh, she's on a tantrum again.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Alexa. She's always Rosie this and Rosie that. But don't you worry about her. Let's just worry about us and how you're going to fit in here. Now, how do you like your room?
I don't think I have seen my room yet.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Come on. Let's go get everybody. We'll make your room together.
Okay.
You'd like that, right? You want your own room?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, good. They both kind of clap each other's hands. And they start calling, everyone, she's ready to have her room. And soon there's just a throng of probably 15 cogs are at the door. Each one of them with a different set of color eyes, different build. And it's kind of eerie to you because it's like you know them. You've seen them. Or bits of them. At different times, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all very different people.
Oh, this is all starting to make a creepy kind of sense.
Where's Alexa? Oh my gosh. She is like the worst. She's always on a rampage. All right, come on, everybody. And they kind of start walking as a big group down the hallway. And they draw a line on the wall. And it starts to sear with a bright light. And then they kind of do it again. And your head starts to hurt a bit. And then they sear it across, making a full L. And that it's like a headache. It's like really bad. And then they pull it down.
Oh, what? Are you doing
no,
this? Oh, that hurts!
Okay.
Stop it!
It's okay. Shh. It's all for the better. Now look at your nice room.
No, that hurts.
And they kick the wall suddenly, and a door flings open, and it's your childhood room. There's your little stuffed toy sitting on your bed. There's pictures and posters and everything, just like you remember from when you were younger. And the weird thing is, though, all the pictures of your family and your friends, their faces are gone.
Oh, that is weird.
Won't you love it so much in here? I mean, it's not as great as our cafe, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Now you just stay in here and don't come out, all right? Not until it's your turn. And then they slam the door.
What the? I'm gonna try to get out.
All right, you start pounding on the door. All right, the door doesn't seem to open for like the first, couple pulls of it. Give me a resolve save. Difficulty 1.
Okay. There is. No, resolve was there. Difficulty 1, so that would be then I have a simplify that, so that should be D12, and not D12, D10. Sorry, not that simplified. And resolve is plus.
You did it!
The first pull, nothing happens. You get angry, you focus, and you crank on that doorknob, and the door just flies open, and it just kind of crunches a bit on the sides. And you look down the hallway, and all the other doors are closed. And at the end, you can hear, Rosie! Rosie, where are you?
What? I didn't understand. What was the call?
Rosie, where are you?
Rosie. Oh, Rosie again. Yeah, going towards that. That's probably what's going on. Yeah.
All right. As you go down, you find the corridor seems to go for miles, but you eventually find a room where the door has been purposely ripped off its hinges. It's actually like slammed against the floor. The room is dark, and the lights are occasionally sparking on and off. There's a TV screen going on in the background that's on. It shows some sort of driving movie. And the very familiar-looking lioness cog. Well, not lioness. She's a leopard cog that has these beautiful rainbow spots that keep changing colors. Looks over at you with her kind of fiber optic hair, and she's very bright and pretty. Very similar flashy style to your own. And she looks over at you suddenly like she's in shock. Rosie, you're here!
Moment of pause, and yes, I'm here.
She rushes over to you, wrapping her arms about you and hugging entirely too tight. The video screen in the background continues to show the most boring reality driving game that you've ever seen. It seems to be a very dark night with headlights on.
May I hazard a guess?
Yeah, they sell that on Steam, actually.
Does it kind of look like a sort of undergroundish area?
Yeah, kind of an undergroundish area, yeah, thing like that. And she pulls your hand, and he goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, good. We're always gonna be in charge, you and me together, right?"
Yes, but you know what? Just for a moment, can you let me be in charge?
Well, I'm supposed to protect you.
I thank you so much, but
If I don't, bad things will happen.
You've protected me so much. It's my turn to protect you, just for a bit.
But my stats are better.
Just shut up, voice in my head.
The controls are handed over. Tygon immediately swerves into the wall. Kids die in the back.
Are you sure, sweetie? And she brushes her hand against the side of your cog face. And he goes, I know you're strong. I love you so much. It's just I have a hard time letting go, especially with everything he's done.
Yes, I know, but it's going to be all right. And I'm gonna give her a tight hug and all that lovey-dovey stuff.
Yeah, and she'll give you a kiss on the cheek, and suddenly you see, she has handed you a controller with an amazing amount of buttons that look very complex. And in the briefest of moments, you're sitting there holding the controller, and the next, oh God, you're driving!
Break! Just come to a halt.
All right, I need an operate check.
Oh, why?
Difficulty 1.
Oh, operate, not pilot. You're lucky.
Oh, yeah, actually, pilot. Yeah, pilot. Sorry. She caught me.
Thank you, Ellie. I had operate. Great. What is it, body?
Yeah, it's body. It's body.
Yeah, you said difficulty 1.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Come on, it's just driving a car.
Also, I like that horrifying tightrope walk of identity death I feel Tygon was walking.
Would I do that to the car? Yes, I would.
I was just waiting for they've closed the door and you didn't act, so roll up a new one.
Can I just pick one of the other ones that's there? I was just thinking, give me my body back, you bastards.
No, they're quartering it off and giving it away now.
Oh, look at that!
Nice. You hit the ground running as far as driving goes.
She's performing well for the other person in the backseat driver there. She's like, see, I got this.
You managed to get control of the vehicle for suddenly being in control, because you didn't realize you were driving until suddenly you were. And you could slow down and stop, or you could probably keep driving at a much slower pace if you wanted.
No, I want to slow down and stop.
All right, so you can slow down and kind of just stop the car. And about this time, I think Lotta and Amelia, you've been running for a while. And it seems like the thing finally stopped coming. There is definitely a fire. There's a lot of noise. And there's a lot of things going on in the background behind you. But I'm assuming you guys are moving swiftly still, but not at a dear God sprint.
Yeah.
But this whole time, I'm sure Miko's like, guys.
Did Zuri come to in time to hear me attempting to get Zuri?
You will also hear Zuri, Miko calling for you.
I will answer that, definitely.
Well, go ahead and do
What will you
that.
answer?
Miko, is that you?
We got progress. Hey, are you or are you someone else?
I am me again. I was someone else, but I'm me again now.
I'm not sure how many times I can accept that excuse. I've got additional bullets in Stefan.
Oh, not really. Did I? Oh, did I hurt him bad?
Mm-hmm. After 3 or 4, it's not an accident anymore, Zuri.
Okay. It would take too long to explain, but I think I'm starting to understand what's going on here. I actually have no idea where I am. I've been driving for I don't know how long, but
we've been running about 10 minutes now.
Oh, hey, other people are alive.
I think it's stopping.
Hey, were you guys over by the building? Did you?
Yes.
I mean, did you see Stottle?
I threw up in my helmet.
I think we can stop.
So, all right. Well, are you? It looks like the building went.
Giant, massive flesh chases down the streets.
Oh,
like it's everywhere.
That's new. Yeah, I saw some.
Giant, massive what?
Flesh.
It was
pulsating, horrible flesh.
Okay, yeah, that's that. I'm not gonna question it. Yeah, sure.
Oh God, my ribs. Oh, my lungs.
I'm going to try to put some identity on some of this stuff. Let me see what the corp bonus gets me.
So wait, what's this about Stefan?
Did you see him while you were running?
Stefan? No.
Okay.
You mean Stefan or Stottle?
Did you get Stottle out?
Stottle. Sorry, I'm using the wrong name. My bad.
Did you get Stottle out?
That's what she was asking, is if you saw Stottle.
Oh.
I was using the wrong name.
No, not Stottle. You didn't get him?
I had him, and then I'm a couple miles away from the building.
How the fuck did you do that?
I'm apparently a lot faster than I thought I was.
Oh,
no, something happened, and I'm trying to figure out what, but I didn't get here. I mean, I'm just here now, and Stefan's with me. But I'm by where the car was, where we parked it, and Stottle didn't come with
He
me.
shot me!
And
He's
so-
yelling at Miko, which
Yeah.
no one else can hear. He's yelling at Miko.
That doesn't translate outside stance.
Wait.
She's just yelling at me.
Wait, Zuri and Stefan not together? Why is Stefan there?
He got shot by Zuri.
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it.
Apparently, she
It's-
didn't mean to do it.
It's
I'm hitting the button to
complicated.
retract my helmet.
What was that?
So I'm hitting the button to retract my helmet.
Horrible vomit just pours out.
Just like down her chest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are the kids alright? Who's got the kids?
Zuri, I think. Hey, Zuri, did you shoot
damn
the kids?
I'll check on them. Give me a moment.
Oh, damn the kids. I love that.
I had other worries for a couple of minutes there. Sorry.
Alright, Zuri, when you get out the ambulance, look for the direction of smoke and rubble and dust in the air.
Should be pretty easy to spot. It's pretty
Also,
big.
the occasional giant tentacle that waves around.
And those.
Or lots of turning to look back down the street we've been running down. Alternatively, just look for the hellscape.
Yeah, there's occasionally like this massive tendrils will like wiggle through the air.
Okay, fleshy burning hellscape. I think I see it. I'm just assuming I see it.
Yeah, you can see it. It's the only thing glowing right now.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Okay. Any idea on what direction from it you are?
Okay, this sounds weird, but I didn't actually do the driving.
It's forward of me.
So no, sorry. I guess I can try and drive back towards it.
No, don't do that.
Actually, we're kind of in her tire tracks. If she just went back the way she came, she might end up where we're at, unless they.
Sorry, do you actually know how to drive?
Not really.
Oh, maybe stop. We've tried that a few times.
Do you have anything? Do you have a flashlight?
Well, of course.
Get up high, start waving it. I'm getting on top of a building.
Okay.
Oh God, my side. Oh, my back.
Let me
Your
check.
back really hurts. You have like the most massive bruise on your back right now from where that cement hit you.
Sam, real quick,
Hey.
I am going to do a protocol check for TTI to try to figure out if I know anything about what's going on here.
All right, go ahead. We'll say I don't actually know what the correct difficulty is for hellscapes. So
Pretty tough. It's not a known event, really, but I have double simplify because I have 2 TTI in it, so.
I'll probably say 3.
So it's a 1.
Yeah.
I will do mind and protocol, which my protocol is not great, so just mind. Let's see what happens here. Flash roll. I could use my cool thing for this turn. Am I gonna need it later?
I don't know.
I'm gonna use it. All right. I'll use my my legacy.
Legacy memory again today.
Yeah. Flash roll. Where's my mind? There it is. 210.
I lost mine. It's gone now.
2. Oh, even with that, I didn't do great.
Nice.
Yeah, you're.
Not boon. Do I have anything left on focus? I do actually.
I will say you probably would have recognized a lot of what was going on as transcendent stuff, like the summons and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out if I can get details or not. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 on the one there.
Okay.
210. What else do I have to spend them on? Screw it. Oh, fuck you! Alright.
Amazing.
Alright,
No.
that happened.
Denied.
No, not even
That's
going
how
to
it
occur.
goes.
Alright, Lotta's gonna like go up to Amelia and like put her hand on her shoulder in that sort of looking at her. Thanks for the save, kid. Get yourself cleaned up, alright? I'll be down in a moment. Lotta's gonna head into the nearest building she can find.
Okay.
And it's like, I think I'm just gonna lay down and I'm just gonna die here. Is that okay?
Yep, go for it.
Okay. I'm just like laying down on my face.
Knock yourself out.
It's like just don't let JD have my head.
Got it. And
Okay.
Lotta's gonna wince her way up the building.
Limp. All right, you guys, get all the way to the top of the building that you were going for, and give me a body perceive.
I'm gonna use binoculars as well.
All right, I will say difficulty 1 then, since you're using
Okay.
binoculars.
After a moment, she's gonna like drag herself up and go somewhere that's not the middle of the street.
Crawl into a doorway.
Yeah.
Use difficulty 1, 78, 10. Ooh. God.
Yeah, welcome to my hell.
Fuck.
It is quite possible from your vantage that there might be a building between you and her for your vantage.
Yeah.
And you can't quite
Wait.
hear.
Can I have another simplify if Suri starts waving that flashlight about?
It wouldn't change your die roll though.
It wouldn't change
God
the dice
damn
roll.
it. Would it cause
Alright,
a
so yeah, you can't spot Zuri from where Zuri's at.
Oh fuck it.
Can I, though?
Burn into focus.
Oh, you don't need to re-roll it. Just bump it up by 2.
Oh Oh, I can. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
True focus. Okay, you managed to see like the clipping of a flashlight that's being blocked partially by a building. You would have missed it if you hadn't concentrated extra hard.
Yeah.
If you weren't focused.
I like to, those the little hut bits that stairways lead up to on the roof. Those little raised bits that you come out of.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Yeah. Oh wait, I'll get on that.
That helps.
Aha! There you go. Now you see it. Now you're cooking with gas, but yeah, you can see the little light. It's actually back in the direction of the Seraph encampment you had dropped off Aaron. It looks like
can
that
I
making a beeline that way?
Relay proper directions to Miko?
Yeah, because it's in the direction of that, so you can basically tell Miko it's back that way because you know it's in the direction of that.
Okay, Miko, got eyes on Suri. Head back towards the Seraph's 3rd Street, over from blah blah blah.
Wasn't that like super far away? Like how long have they been driving?
She was heading in that direction when she stopped.
Yeah.
Not that she made it there, but if you head that way, you'll.
Yeah.
I guess I can head that way, but Stefan's hurt.
Can he move?
Can you move?
Stefan would do better with piggyback ride.
Yeah, but can you move though?
Yeah, not as fast as if Stefan got a ride.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have anything that can help you with that.
little like mandibles are gonna just bleep bleep.
Sorry, hold where you are. We're coming to you.
All right.
I would go faster if I had the ambulance.
I would go faster if I had a car.
Go faster if I wasn't shot.
Listen, the last person who rode on my back ended up getting shot and thrown through a building. I just don't think it's a really great place for you right now.
Does anybody have any liquor?
Afraid not, kid. Bit more walking. You up for it?
I'd be a lot faster if I had, anything to drink.
About this time.
Maybe there's someone in the ambulance.
It suddenly starts coming over everybody's radios. It seems to be coming around through all bands. Like somebody's purposely using something to just broadcast down. This incident will not be without consequences.
Yeah, your building got fucked up.
Enjoy my present, Amelia.
Presents.
That was ominous.
I'm just gonna immediately broadcast back. It's like, I'm gonna take everything from you, bitch.
That's when the first explosions start going off.
Oh shit.
Because above you guys, the generator is suddenly alight with fire. Big, massive chunks of metal start falling down.
I'm on my
sky.
feet.
Oh no, not again.
And raining into the territories outside of the major enclave of the spirals. You see a large chunk flaming go down into the Seraph territory, and various other chunks start falling down, and there's just you can tell there's a massive concussive boom, and it shakes, and then the water stops.
Well, we got him to play his hand.
There is like a groan from above, as it's like a shudder that almost knocks everybody to their feet from just the explosion that had happened so far out. But above, you guys can see light because there is now fire, and occasionally little pieces start to fall down from the sky, or what is the equivalent of your guys' sky. But after the major chunks fall, it doesn't seem like there's anything massive coming down anymore. But you saw some big hits go into Seraph territory, and also to the south and to the west.
Like, oh shit, it was real.
What the hell was that?
It's bombs.
Well, clearly, but why are they in the ceiling?
I don't know. I never understood it.
Fucking nut job. Swing that down on us. Oh no, that's gonna bring a response.
We gotta get off the streets. The screws are gonna be everywhere.
Okay, let's hurry up and get to them. Okay, you up for another brisk jog? Come on, let's go. Deep breaths.
Stefan is looking up and goes, "Where'd the water go?"
Miko is not an engineer, so so she's not entirely sure, but she is kind of squinting a little bit and says, "I don't know, but it seems like he played his hand a little early. I didn't think this was ready to go. Like, did he already have all his bribes set up? That was his plan, wasn't it?"
Stefan just looks over and goes, "What do you mean?"
I was talking about it when we found out that he was trying to blackmail the IRPF with these bombs that he was going to use to basically hold the city up there hostage. But if he just set one of them off, that's going to be noticeable. They're probably going to come looking.
I don't know about this.
Well, let's go see if we can find Zuri.
Why did he take out the water?
I don't know. I'm not even sure why it was raining underground. This baffles me.
But the coolant, it dropped the water down here.
Oh,
Where's the water?
Spirals probably have some kind of alternate source. I don't think he'd condemn his entire population.
Or would he?
Well, somebody's gonna need to either get it fixed or find a way to start stealing it.
Stefan limps along beside Nico, just kind of looking up very curiously. There's occasionally, as you guys are traveling, all trying to make your meetup directions, you see people up on rooftops and looking out windows, just staring up, because that is a sight, right?
I'd like to tune into the Seraph frequencies and just listen to the chatter.
Panic. Disarray.
Disco.
There is a lack of leadership going on right now.
We already knew that about
I
them.
was gonna say 100%.
You aren't hearing any of the voices that you would normally hear for people who would be in charge.
Well, I think the Seraph may have just been beheaded here.
It's like, where would you drop him? Fucking this guy. Anti.
A lot of us gonna actually try and get through to anybody basically. And hey, this is Lala.
Hello.
Anyone?
Hello. No. Hey, are you hurt? Are you okay?
Oh, incredibly hurt, but more pressing matters.
Oh, what building are you in?
We're not in the building. We're coming from the spirals.
I'm like smacking your shoulder. Like, don't give coordinates. They can spoof voices.
Yep. Okay. Anyone got comms with the IRPF? Any of our contacts?
They shut down on us. They're not responding.
Okay, yeah, they're very pissed in. Okay. Well, you know the drill, she says, not even knowing if they know the drill, and is going to tell us the comms.
What's that? And then it goes back.
You know the bill. Get on your knees and beg for mercy. Miko will begin leading Stefan toward the rendezvous point. The rendezvous. What can I put together of what just happened, seeing as how I can't seem to logic my way through it?
Maybe it was a crazy TTI device. You don't know, but the explosion looked like an explosion. But the creatures coming out. I mean, you kind of had a basic idea of how transcendent implants worked for that already. I think we established. I would say you probably might assume that it was just too much going on in one place.
She's going to look back at it.
There's lots of rumors of otherworldly horrors being a thing from TTI.
Mm-hmm. and sort
It
of.
was a living ship that got just like unbottled for all you know. How do they make those? I don't know. Don't they grow those in space? Well, they grew it on the planet now.
Can she still see it?
It is pretty massive. Meaning that's like a mile wide. So and its massive tentacles are occasionally flipping around because I've decided this one has those. So
Because I imagine that stuff would run over buildings as well, right?
yeah, it's like going over buildings and everywhere. So it's massive. And it's on top of like basically the wreckage of the building that went down. So it's a sight.
How far away is it?
You are probably about 3-4 miles away right now. You can probably still see it though.
Just debating whether or not she'd run back to try to get more information on it or not.
Once we have an ambulance, we could drive back.
Yeah, the ambulance is just more
Totally be up to that.
All right, let's go try to get a vehicle. Like, yeah, I guess we should do that.
Where are we gonna get a vehicle? All the vehicles were backed by the hospital.
The ambulance, but Zuri still got the ambulance.
Okay. Over the next while, you guys can all meet back up at the ambulance. Zuri, I'm assuming during this time, because you mentioned you were going to do it, as you were thinking about doing it, was you check the back and there's a bunch of huddled children that are just staring at you wide-eyed. And not talking. And they are looking out the back of the windows of the ambulance like, oh no.
Oh god.
Just making sure that they're okay, or at least appear okay.
That they're all pummeled into unconsciousness from various failed drive chests that Alejandro's made.
And tell them, don't worry, kids. Everything is fine. We're just gonna wait for the others. We're meeting up with them. They're coming here, and then we're gonna drive to safety.
When we arrive, Lola's heading straight for the back of the ambulance. It's like, hey kids, excuse me. And she's just gonna start trying to look for anything, stims, bandages.
Grabs an entire bottle of isopropanol and downs it.
As you start opening all the drawers and stuff, you find they're mostly all empty. It's like somebody cleared this out earlier with his medical bag.
Damn it.
Oh yeah.
I made an agonizing amount of description of Stefan just looting and pillaging the entire back of the ambulance.
That is true.
Lola's in pain. She's not thinking.
You're going, who the hell doesn't stock an ambulance? One of the kids is gonna lean over to Lada and go, she got rid of the bad doctor man, so we're safe now.
That's a good doctor man. That's a good doctor man. He was gonna help.
Like, no. I'm just, like, Amelia's just like flopping down, just like gasping for breath. It's like, no, he's a bad guy too, but he is gonna help us.
It's all relative. It's all relative.
You smell like puke.
Like, yep, sure do.
Same to you.
Where's Stottle? What is that?
That's subtle, sweetie.
Yes and yes.
It's just a little bio accident. Don't worry about it.
It's like, I couldn't get him. I'm sorry.
All the kids seem like they suddenly like they're sad for a moment, but they like one of them puts their hand on Amelia's, like they're trying to comfort Amelia because they've all seen that look. Everybody loses somebody eventually, right?
But not Stottle, you piece of shit!
Yeah, there's a little communal sadness, but they seem like they're trying to pat Amelia, and they're like, you saved us, Amelia, you saved us. That's what he would have wanted.
I just nod.
If he was alive right now, he'd be thinking about how great it is you got us out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If he was alive right now, like he is, he's writhing in horror.
He'd be writhing horribly in his grave.
Oh man, just think of how great this could have been for me if it would have been Stefan. It would have been shit as hell. It would have been great. The shitness hellscape.
It would have been like a forest of terror.
Yeah.
Millions and millions of mouths all screaming, "Fuck you!"
Okay, Amelia, I just need to punch you briefly so we count as in combat so I can use damage control on myself.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
About this time,
Allie's minimal attack damage is like 66 wounds.
Miko and Stefan show back up. Stefan's kind of holding one side. The bit of horn that, you know how they have that kind of that bug horn that kind of makes a big kind of a horseshoe shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
One of his is
the crown
has been blown off. Of his little crown has been blown off.
Hey, Stefan, looking good.
Just like shit, somebody owes you an
I got a
apology.
haircut. My
Hey, pretty
barber
lady.
went a little close.
We're not gonna have any more problems for you trying to shoot people, right?
I haven't shot anyone.
Not you, the pretty lady. You're not the lady.
I haven't shot anyone
you're
either.
so good on the side.
I'm going to try really, really hard not to.
There is no try.
Somebody should probably take her gun. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, sorry. I'm just like,
That's right.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
It's like,
Do you
Can I
have any
have her gun?
grenades?
like, no, you cannot have her gun.
You carrying anything else, Suri? Grenades? Pistol?
I have a
Knives?
couple of repulsor grenades.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I have those?
Grab your hands.
Okay.
Actually, no, don't give them to me. I don't think I want how you want to do that. He will take out his medical kit though and start looking over Lada.
Lala shakes her head and actually just motions to the actually injured kids.
He stabilized them before they took off, so.
God. Alright.
Yeah, Alejandro's a dick. Just like waits until all the work's done. I see that you were helping all these children. That seems like a good thing. Fuck you!
I'm sorry.
Alright, he passes doing a medical thing on you. It'll take time, but he can do.
Difficulty for 4 wounds. Cool.
What is it?
Wait, what difficulty did you set that at?
Oh yeah, I should set a difficulty. That would
Yeah.
help. How much does he get per difficulty?
I believe
Yeah, and I can probably
it's
find it.
2 per 1, isn't it?
Hang on. Flash.
Well, he's
Oh!
gonna try and get you 4 hit points back, so we'll try that.
Here it is. Healing wounds.
You got it.
2 times difficulty score.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So he gets you 4 hit points back.
That'll do.
It does take time if you're doing that.
Yes, about an hour.
He's basically taking time to do that while you guys are chatting. He's just gonna be tending to Lada.
Alright.
No, we gotta do this.
Ah, God, jeez.
Oh my god, who hit you with the whole building?
I guess technically myself. My bad.
Don't do that. Your doctor doesn't recommend it.
So you guys saw the explosion, right?
I'm still looking at it.
I would hope so.
That's really bad.
Oh, you mean the up one? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the coolant.
Yeah, the coolant. They're fucked. We're fucked. IAPF's gonna come down and fuck everybody. Everything's fucked.
I don't know if they will.
No, you don't think?
Well, I mean, unless I misunderstood the concept, he wasn't going to blow this up until he had them pretty well under his thumb, so that, you know, he could use it as a incentive for them to not come screw with him. So if he's pushed the button, there may already be an arrangement for them to not come charging downward.
Oh, maybe we're lucky and we're just that annoying.
Could be, I guess. She's looking back toward, kind of distractedly toward the blind spot in the corner. Can we drive back? Would that be bad?
What's that?
Well, I mean, unless you want to drive towards that. She points toward the flaming wreckage of the other thing that fell down.
I mean, it's okay. I don't remember the details of the plan, and I didn't see much of it either. I just remembered that he wanted to discredit the IRPF so he could take over security for the city. And the bombs were part of that. That's all I remember. But
as you remember, Zuri, basically what you were seeing was they were trying to set it up to make it look like the IRPF can't handle controlling down here. Mm-hmm. So they were going to make it look like they'd lost enough control and shake things up so they'd lose the ability to be handling security for the whole city. So blowing that up only makes it seem like it's a lot worse down here. It may have sped them up, but that memory was also from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't say driving back towards that mess is the best idea, but did you all see that the metal box from the top floor? Basically, the top floor?
What? No. What? Top floor of the building?
It almost killed us. Also, I don't want to go back to that thing. I've already thrown up twice. I can't even remember the last time I ate.
I don't know. I kind of want to check that top floor.
I just want to say, I'm more worried about the coolant.
Priorities, though. Kids. I need to get the kids somewhere safe.
Coolant.
Yeah, no. You're right. We should take the kids somewhere.
Speaking of, is that kid that was like flayed up real bad? Has Stefan tended him yet?
He got tended enough that he's capable of moving and whatever, but he's still. I mean, he's gonna need days and weeks of recovery, especially with the amount of medical supplies you guys actually have access to. He is definitely not going to be getting better.
There's pretty good ones in that top floor.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
It's true. And that's probably the most advanced facility around here, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but still, gotta take the kids somewhere safe.
Alternatively,
safe, and then we turn around.
I don't know if they'll respond with the current state of things, but we could try the progenitus drop off.
Stefan could drop them off.
Where would you drop them off?
At the progenitus thing. We'll put the ouchie one and all the others on the beds, and then Stefan will wait, and then Stefan will drive back.
It's not the worst idea.
Well, I mean, I guess you can't really send them to the Seraphs or anything, what with them being on fire, but I just feel like if this were a viable plan, they would have done it a while ago.
He just kind of looks up and he goes, if this that bad, everything up there goes shit. They might not accept them after a while. Need to happen quick.
Oh, that's a good point.
And as for doing it a while ago, people down here are stubborn, superstitious, don't trust up there. There's a whole lot of reasons people don't try and put their kids in those boxes.
Well, I guess we should go put their kids in those boxes.
It's like...
I can give really them all sedatives, so they need to take out. And he opens up his bag, which clearly has everything from the ambulance.
Wow,
if
only the ambulance was as well equipped as you. I mean, you got it going on here.
Somehow he managed to put an entire ambulance worth of medical equipment into one bag.
But he'll actually dosage you guys out like he's your doctor, and he goes, and your doctor recommends you one all night.
Funny enough, the doctor was about to ask for a full night.
Yeah, he's basically gonna just and he's like all night long as he hands them out.
What about it, Amelia? These are your kids in the end.
Can we send them up there? I mean, I don't want them to get turned into zombies in one of those vacation schools.
It's a whole lot of made up hooey. Lola says with her brief surface experience and not knowing the workings of progenitus behind the scenes.
To be fair, scabies, we've done way worse to your kids down here. And he said we.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, fine, let's do it.
Besides, you can go back up and rescue them or something. I don't know.
The only other option I see, the Seraphs are beheaded. I can try and take us to one of their more little secure side bunkers and see if we can take it over, bully it out of them.
If we can get him up top, let's get him up top. JD's coming.
All right.
If they get to Saris, they're gonna die with him too.
All right, Stefan, do you feel like you can take him?
Yeah, sure. Stefan, watch driving.
No, we're gonna take him.
Ah, Stefan, do it. Stefan gets shot last time. Stefan, go.
Lotta's looking back down the street towards where the top floor is now embedded in a building.
If you want to
distance
get
away.
this done, you need to do it before they get control. So if you want to go there and check that out, you need to go right now. And if we need kids go, kids need to go right now.
What he says makes sense.
I kind of
get up and get right up to against right in front of Steph. I'm just like, I'm gonna trust you, okay?
I swear on my one good horn that I won't chop your children.
Or sell them to someone.
Today.
No, I want you to swear you're gonna put him on that progenitus box and get him out of here.
I'm gonna put him on the fucking box. Fuck you.
To be fair, he is the only one that hasn't really fucked somebody else over here, so
I mean, yeah, but
why do you so mean to me?
I'm trying to be nice to you, but I want you to know, man, in this situation right now, I want you to know.
I know you hurt on the inside, that's why you mean to me.
Stefan, don't take it personal. She's mean to everyone.
You shoot me, you don't talk.
Oh my god.
Okay, he's taking the Ven. Let's get moving, Miko.
It's I mean it, Stefan. You do not. I want you to know what I'm gonna do to you if you fuck me on this. You get these kids out of here.
You're not my type.
Plus, he's gonna have the car, so I mean.
Okay, fucking fair enough. Whatever. It's
come on, kid. Very scary. I know he knows not to fuck with you. Come on.
If I was going to fuck with you, I would have done it a long time ago.
Cool. All right.
Can I give the kids nightmares before they go, though?
No, don't.
Oh.
Why don't you give your kids a pep talk?
Yeah, do that.
No, don't do that. Have you heard her pep talks?
No. Are they bad?
Well, she just gave a pep talk to Stefan, if that helps.
That was a pep talk?
Sorry. And Stefan's gonna come over and knock the side of your head with small
Well, hey,
rounds.
stop that!
And he goes, when you figure out what go wrong with your brain, I accept apology, okay?
Okay.
But I don't know if you, and I think we need to put you in a machine and then just suck out whatever bad programming is in there, because you got some serious malware.
Yeah, I realize that, but honestly, with everything that happens right now, I'd rather stay like this than risk some machine sucking everything out. It's probably gonna suck me out along with it.
Okay, well, if you need a doctor and you don't want to shoot one, here's my card. Oh, wait, I don't have cards. Okay, well, I'll be back.
During this time, I've gone over and just sat down in the back by the kids.
Yeah. The little seal child is trying to cuddle up with you.
I'll let him.
Aww.
This is the first time you've ever let him do that.
It actually causes most of the kids to get all choked up because you let it happen.
I'm just he's gonna try to get you guys out, okay? Out of here altogether.
We don't want to be screws.
Well, you don't want to be corpses either.
Okay, but we're gonna fight the man on the inside.
Cool. I mean, just go up there. I don't know. Just do what you gotta do.
One of the little kids is gonna go, I'm gonna be a porn star when I grow up.
Awesome.
Aim high.
There's a lot of competition in that field, kid.
You reach for that rainbow. It's just do what you gotta do up there, and don't come back here. Just forget about all this, all right?
They all kind of solemnly accept it, yeah?
I was just drinking when you did that. I almost spilled apple juice all over my monitor.
guess what you're not doing now? All right, so you give them a good pep talk, and the kids are all kind of like, and they're like, "We'll never forget you."
I'll just like kind of hold my arms out.
Yeah, you get a pile of kids hugging you, except for the
like,
one that's clearly unconscious because of reasons.
Yeah. And I'm just like, guys.
I...
I'm just like, nah, guys, do me a favor. Do forget about me. You know, you'll be happier.
Years later, they're like, hey, remember that Bedinia lady?
Cecilia?
What was her name? Susanna?
Susanna!
And just like kind of just start, breaking off of them. It's like, all right.
And about then, Stefan's done working on Lada. You do notice that he is taking a little bit of time of trying to compare the color of your horns with the color of what he's missing, and he's a little hard.
Charlie, am I ever gonna see you again?
I'll tell you what, Stefan, if we survive this, you can saw one, alright?
No. It's not. It's curved too much. I think it won't look right.
Not your style.
Yeah.
Just get a hat.
Lala's, raising her arm, sort of flexing it about, testing the pull on her side.
The ladies like it when a guy has a little bit of battle damage. And
Makes it look very distinguished.
Most awkward looking, try to do a exo-nymph smile, which just doesn't look right. But he's trying to do that. Eyebrows up, smile, and it's just mandibles and frightening.
Very, very frightening.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts and lightning.
Okay. Chin up, Susanna. Don't you cry for me. It's
Jesus.
Stefan loads the kids back into the car, locks them in nice and tight, and starts driving away. And you can hear him singing out the window as he goes, "Oh, Susanna! Don't you cry for me!"
At least he's being stealthy.
Yeah.
Did he turn the lights on?
No, he didn't.
Well, goodbye, kids.
We'll remember you.
He is driving slow, though.
Maybe he can see in the dark. I don't know.
Actually see in the dark.
Okay. Let's try and hurry before they get that floor fully secured.
Yeah, I don't know how quick that's.
It's only a few miles.
Go. Like Amelia just sinks to her knee.
Would you like a piggyback ride?
Yes.
Oh.
I expected you to say no. What happened to you? I'm pretty sure you would have said no to that.
I'm just getting back up. It's I'm tired.
Amelia turns around, stand and deliver.
I'll start jogging that way with everyone.
Yeah.
Alright.
Unless I'm taking that fucking full night.
Oh yeah. If there's a full night to be taken.
You were offered full night.
I will consume it as well.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a waste of one focus. I'm gonna wait.
I actually see what I've got.
I will not. Because I don't know if these actually work on Cox, and I don't have to.
They do. There's no.
I thought you used everything up.
Huh? I have one left.
No, I'm saying that I thought that Tygon used them up because Zuri didn't have the ability to reroll for their resolve saves. They had spent everything, so. And I'm assuming they work for Cox because Zev isn't trying to.
I had forgotten about that. I thought we were just talking about exhaustion stuff.
Oh.
Zuri hasn't actually done anything exhausting, so.
Oh no! This is.
It gives you back readiness and focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this would be that.
Don't actually remember what my readiness and focus are, but yeah, I think my focus is used up.
I think your focus was used up, and I thought your readiness was used up because I thought you just kind of got drained out of everything during that. But
that is possible, yeah. I need to start writing that down on my character sheet.
It's a really good thing to keep track of.
Normally, I keep track on it on my token, but they're not tokens here.
Oh. Oh, I can get you back to the other map, I guess, if you want.
No, it's okay.
There it is.
This is probably out of date too.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so you guys start heading back towards the disarray of everything.
Yep.
There is occasionally the sounds of distant screams and black shapes you can see kind of moving across rooftops. The only reason you can see them at the distance is they're fairly large and there's a fire still going. So occasionally little bits of ash and things fall from the sky with little tiny embers that land on the road as you guys are making this slow walk back, or the swift walk back as it were. It seems like everybody is evacuating the area. No one seems like they want to be right here right now.
Right
Probably
here,
sense.
right now. At one point or another, we're probably going to hit a point where the blade stop diverges from where they're trying to get to the big, metal brick in the side. Before we get to there, Miko will tell them a little bit about what she saw up there. So as they're going in, so I got to the top and I went through a few rooms. It mostly looked like some kind of bad guy's play place or something like that. But I did see a Vitae infused body, mostly dismembered, kind of off in the corner. I didn't really get a chance to look at it too much, but it was an elaborate setup. She was probably brain dead at that point. They don't really last that long once they've been infused for so long.
Oh dear.
Kind of looked like you.
What?
Well, I mean, like in a sense that most lionesses look alike.
Whoa, you can't say.
Well, she looks over at Amelia. Oh, okay. I guess I can't say that.
That's pretty fucked up.
A bit. I don't know if she really felt it necessarily. I mean, and the condition that she was in, she was probably mostly just there for show. Anyway, it looked expensive.
I hope that's not who I think it is.
Who do you think it is?
I don't think it was anybody you'd know. You've only been down here like a couple weeks.
Not me, but at least one of the passengers up here in my head knows her.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. There's a whole bunch of them in there, not just one.
Oh, Christ, really?
Which one am I talking to right now?
To Zuri.
Which Zuri?
Oh, great Ghost in the Machine.
That's Zuri. Well, anyway, that's Zuri. If there is somebody up there who might be triggered by the sight of a dismembered Vitae-infused lioness trapped to something, they should be warned that one of those happens to be inside the metal cube. And also probably a dead bear. I did leave a bear behind.
Speaking of Zuri and getting triggered and potentially harming somebody, should we give her back a gun? We're going into bad territory.
I'll hand it back to her, like, accidentally.
I will also hand back the 2 grenades.
Thank you.
Amelia looks like a million miles away.
Yeah, a million.
So we were about 6 or so miles away from that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were about.
Okay, so it takes us roughly 30 to 40 minutes to get back. I think that's the average adult running speed.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if you guys are running or if you're walking or what are you doing. So.
I think they'd probably be fairly tired if they ran the whole way. We can
brisk jog.
I wouldn't.
Trying to stealth a little bit. Are you guys trying to stealth a little bit? Or
I don't know if we need to. Like, isn't it really
Most people
chaos?
are heading the other way.
I think
stealth a little bit.
Most people are probably running away from it.
I'll say you aren't necessarily stealthing from people.
There's that.
Because I have said other things, so
yeah.
that is.
Yeah, the thing is, but none of them really saw it, and Miko botched her check on trying to figure out what they were. So I don't know that it's really.
I did just narrate just a few moments ago that you guys saw one of those things on a roof.
We're probably doing that whole stealth with haste thing. Like we want to try and stealth, but speed is the priority.
All right, I will say somebody can do a stealth check for the group at difficulty 3, and that's assuming you have a simplify because this is basically going.
I think I'm just going to stealth for myself.
It'll be difficulty 4 because.
Fuck it, doing it for myself.
I do have a simplifying stealth.
So do I.
Yep.
I have a boon, but nothing else.
I have both of those things.
But the other thing that I was going to say is that Miko's priority is not the upper floor. She's trying to get to the blade spot. So at some point, they're going to branch off.
Difficulty 4, you said?
I'm assuming difficulty is difficulty 3 if you're doing it for just yourself.
Oh,
If
just
you're
myself.
doing it-
Okay.
If you're doing it for the group, it's difficulty 4.
I'll do it for myself.
Well, everybody's starting for themselves, so...
Nice.
Okay, this is on a 10.
Nice.
This is... Thank you. This is on a 10 as well.
Oh!
What about you, Mia? Did you have any pluses or anything? Oh my god.
She did. I'm assuming she did, because she never puts her pluses on. Is that right, Fox?
I have +1, and I also have a boon.
Okay. Wow.
We made it.
Holy shit.
Wow. Everybody branches off.
All right, so everybody goes through. Through the course of this travel, you'll see almost like these liquid pools of blackness just kind of slurping across the ground and suddenly erupting up and grabbing people that are trying to flee the area still. There's a lot of injured people that are trying to pull themselves away. They're suddenly sucked down into the concrete, screaming.
Having serious second thoughts, guys.
What the heck is that?
So now that we are in a fresh scene, I'm going to attempt once again to see if I can figure out what the hell's going on here. Mika was trying to get over to the blind spot.
I just want to go out of the scene and come back once. Is that okay?
Spook factor is rising.
Well, that's why I said that I wanted to come back, so I could get another shot at this.
I figured you're doing the whole. I need to reboot.
I need to go try this again.
And you have focus.
Yes, I do.
Focus. Well, he hasn't taken the full night yet because he was saving.
I haven't, but I still got one, and then I can.
Yeah, you got 1 focus, which is good enough. Maybe.
Maybe.
You're at 1.
What was the difficulty?
I would say difficulty 2 on this, because actually I think it's difficulty 3 is what I said last.
Yeah, so it's 1, which is this dice roll that I had over here. There we go.
Yay.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know the system.
She.
I don't have to describe this to you.
Why would I bother describing this to you? Clearly, this is the site of a transcendent catastrophe. In fact, it looks like possibly multiple. This is actually kind of a rare gem. Because it looks like a cascading effect happened of a lot of people doing something, and you think this may have been the site of the machine they were using to put the implants in.
She has a sudden sort of convulsion as the ripple of color on her back just flashes like extremely vibrantly. It's like a moment of revelation, and for a moment she's a lot more still than usual. She's kind of staring at it, and she shakes her head a little bit.
This
and
is
goes,
what it looks like when she has a shrunk.
You know the sound of your hard drive working.
Yeah.
She kind of sits down and stops walking. And goes, why do I know all this?
You alright there, pretty?
No. Yeah. I think I don't. Okay. Is it still growing? I gotta see if it's still growing. And she's gonna leap up the side of a building really quick and see if the thing is still changing.
It seems like it's moving and quivering in different directions, but it doesn't seem like it's growing out as much anymore. It seems like it has drastically slowed down.
Okay.
But it does seem like it's still somewhat going.
She's going to get back down again. We're not.
Hey, Miko,
I mean,
while you're up there, something's looking at you.
is it cute?
As you turn to look at it, this little 1 foot tall, almost like a blackened silhouette of a person or a creature points its little tenderly arm at you. It's white orbs that make its eyes open its mouth that distends for a brief moment, and then it evaporates into smoke.
On its way out, it says phone, 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 phone.
Sweetie.
Cow, cow.
Ow.
Yep.
She shakes her head and dives down a little bit. I got noticed. We all got noticed. You're gonna want to be pretty quick. I don't know how long it's gonna take for these to dissipate.
Was quick. You're the one that's sitting in the middle of the street and then running up buildings. Come on.
You're standing on top of a building right now.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, no. Do what you need to do, I guess. I'll look out. Something's got to be powering them. She'll go looking up to see if she can see signs of them dissipating, or if it looks like that they're stable where they are.
The creatures seem to be diving in and out actively. If you're just doing that, give me a body perceive.
Yeah.
We'll say difficulty 3 because you're trying to look at black things in a black environment. Because it's like these things are like very darknessy based. These particular ones, they're kind of almost like mist. Because this is the aesthetic I went for with mine this time.
Seems good.
As whenever I go for puppets, everyone gets mad.
Fawn.
This is vaguely more threatening, I will say.
The puppets are more scary. You do see them kind of like changing, and also Miko, you've noticed that as you basically get to watch a set prey on a person, and you see them kind of just like disappearing, reappearing, coming in and out of floor and ceiling and wall and going down an alleyway after a guy, and each time the shape seems like it's mutating a little bit. There's more arms, there's more teeth, there's more this, more that, and with different people, like you can see a couple different victims get grabbed here. With different people, it seems like they're doing different things.
This is a brilliant opportunity for observation.
Yeah, it is actually quite amazing. Like one of them, it actually stops looking so much like a shadowy form and starts looking specifically like a large insectile creature with multiple legs and lots of eyes, and it seems like it's making a lot of racket on purpose as it chases the person. It's like it's almost like it's doing a specific thing. Another guy, it seems like the thing that's chasing him looks like a specific person, but you keep seeing it kind of shifting.
They're boggarts.
They're changing what they're doing. After a couple of moments of you looking at that, though, you feel like you're being watched again.
She is going to project her face on the back of her tail.
Okay.
Just to see what happens.
You feel like something's still watching.
Apparently that didn't work. She'll turn quick and look back behind her.
It is a very kind of sunken-eyed looking otter. It looks like her neck has been snapped, and her mouth is open, and she's pointing at you.
Oh.
And after a moment, she disappears.
And she, oh, okay. It wasn't an actual person. She vanished.
No. It flickered away just like the other creatures do.
She's going to head back toward the building, or toward the box that everybody else is going to. And
everybody else, you guys are probably at the box by now.
Yeah, she was going to head in that direction. She stops momentarily on her way over there as something's nagging at her a little bit, and she recalls swimming up to the surface and looks back toward the other way, and she'll chime over the microphone. Did you get in?
We're at the base of the building right now. It's kind of in the side of it.
It's lodged about halfway up the building, kind of teetering a bit.
Can you manage?
If you got something you need to do, we'll manage.
I think I might. I'll be back soon.
All right.
Miko? Amelia just kind of looks up and kind of looks around, like kind of looking surprised for a second. Like, where'd she go?
She went off investigating, I guess.
When?
A little while ago, when she contacted the building. I was stopping in the middle of the street.
Oh.
All right,
You were kind of busy running, as we all should have been.
And there's like, hey, Miko? Like on the radio.
Yeah.
Hey, what was left of him? Stottle. What was left? Did his brain get destroyed?
I don't really know. There was something that happened, and I ended up someplace. I haven't really. I don't think I've been before, and then I was gone. Maybe I can find him.
That's. No, don't worry about it. I hoped.
Don't worry about it, but I'm just, gonna guilt you with it. Says the voice in your head, Miko.
Don't
the towering
get killed
flesh
inside the
found
giant
him.
metal box. I'm gonna be out of range for a little bit.
Right.
You're fading. Goodbye.
You guys get to this building. The front of it is covered in a lot of rubble. The door apparently has been pried open, clearly busted out by the people who would have been trapped inside. The vehicles that were in this area are completely destroyed from massive chunks of cement that have conveniently destroyed all vehicles in order to prevent the players from having them.
You mean conveniently destroyed all vehicles in order to rack up Miko's count?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say start adding them to
Yeah.
that.
There are a couple dead bodies in the road. Some of them look like almost like blackness has burned out their eye sockets, which are hollow, and there is like a cold breath over them.
Okay, gotta be honest. Don't know exactly what we're looking for in this box, but seems better than being aimless.
I don't know. I never got taken to the facility, so I don't know anything about it.
Actually, did this thing pop up after my time?
This is one of the early buildings,
Mhm.
but it has gone over a lot of renovations.
Yeah, I was thinking this box installation seems something that would happen down the line.
It happened down the line, and
Yeah.
he reinforced it.
Yeah, this is new to me. Well, let's go in. She's gonna
Right.
turn on flashlight.
Hold on, before we go in, one last question.
Yes.
Does
Yeah.
anybody have anything to drink? Like anything at all?
I bet JD did.
Like oh god dang it. That doesn't help me. Maybe
Yeah.
there's something in there. My mouth is
Yeah,
like
it's not far away. Come on.
sewer smell.
Motivation.
Alright, you guys start going up the stairwell inside because the elevator doesn't work after the impact of the entire floor of the previous building wrecking the inside of this building. It is a total mess going up this, by the way. So sometimes when you're through the stairwells, you're having to climb over a lot of stuff. You see on various floors as you go up that there are a lot of people who just never made it out.
Oh,
And they're all spirals, but they are spirals families. So they were
Half. Oh.
half all.
wait, more killed.
Yeah. But I mean, they were
Well-
also like, spiral families in the fact that a lot of these kids probably weren't theirs.
Mhm.
They were just,
They get the world's biggest shrug from Amelia.
yeah. There's a lot of dead bodies. There's some armored people that are dead in here. Could be good for salvage. And eventually you come to the floor where there's kind of this half sunken box teetering over the roadway outside.
This is
Probably
stupid.
gotta be careful with this. Send it down tumbling the rest of the way.
The door somehow is still closed.
Alright.
I'll open it.
It is locked.
Well, I guess we came all this way for nothing. Let's go.
Well, turn around and leave, guys.
Those bodies. Gonna backtrack a bit. Any grenades or anything? Any
That you will find 2 grenades.
2 grenades? Okay, so salvage specialist. I have actual grenades, so this isn't even improvised. Can I try and make a charge to breach that door?
I can
You
just weld it
could.
open.
Or you could try sabotage and just, pick the lock.
Oh yeah, that is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Because
about to suggest.
I will urge you as a DM that an exploding thing on a very precariously mounted
I know,
box-
but it would be so funny.
I mean, if you want to do it.
I was like, I have the
Go for
perfect
it.
plan.
No, I will keep those grenades. And okay, I mean, I'm gonna try and pick this. If it doesn't work, can you meld it?
Yeah, sure.
The difficulty.
2. Actually,
Cool.
it was 3. Sorry, it was 3
3.
on this one. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this body or mind? Is this electronic or physical?
Body.
Okay.
I think.
Wow, wow,
I
wow.
let Miko do his body last time, I think. I remember.
With no hands.
It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
She's really good at sabotage. She's
It's
built
cool.
her tail around.
I'm not questioning this.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't think too hard about it.
Target 10. Okay.
All right, click. Doors open.
Nice.
And with that comes a great feeling of dissatisfaction since you can't blow it up now.
As you slide it open, there is a blown-out door on the floor. A big brown chocolatey bear who looks like his neck and back may have been broken.
Ha! I won that fight.
And he's very dead. And strangely enough, there's still power, and the little cameras are still.
Well, I'm a resilient fucking place.
Yep. There's furniture everywhere. Down across the end of the hallway, you can see kind of where it opens up into almost a lounge, mounted up on a kind of a metal spike with tubes and everything going into it, is a white lioness's torso. Her sunken, empty eyes, kind of staring out into nothing with a mouth that's wide open. Vitae clearly jutting into her in every different way.
I'm just gonna start heading in. As I walk by, I'm kicking the bear in the head. Just like absently.
I didn't catch it. Do you say it's Rosie?
It's Rosie.
Oh, I was afraid of that. Oh.
Yeah. Well, ain't that a fucked up sight?
She was JD's girlfriend, something.
Lotta is going to, be tossing one of the grenades in her hand, idly. We'll detonate her when we leave. I don't want risk of any brain activity going on in there.
Like,
I think that's the kind of thing.
Anything here to save? I'm just like looking over my.
There are a lot of doors that were locked. If you guys take the time, you can probably. I'm assuming you'll take the time. You can do that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the farther down the hallway you go, the more the weight displaces,
Ooh.
and the whole box kind of starts to want to shift.
I kind of thought JD might be in here. He's just sitting there with a little mustache going, Archibald, I see you finally arrived.
You are able to find one of the early doors has a big pillowy room with it smells like all the cologne has exploded in there, and there are a couple still okay bottles of alcohol because he bought the fancy bottles that don't shatter on impact like that.
Oh, they're plastic.
Yeah. They're made of plastic, but there is actually some really good alcohol.
This entire escape room was made by the Dixie Corporation.
There is a torture chamber, which a lot of the sharp objects have impaled themselves into the wall in the hallway, because that happened, and some of them are in the bear. There is notes in there about Stottle, that somebody clearly was writing things down, trying to get information from him. There's a recording device that was being used to record his voice.
Yep.
One of the rooms
we should grab that.
Had not been into.
Kind of begs the question of what they were trying to get from him. Where is your gang? 3 floors down?
I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say one of the rooms you guys would probably end up opening, I'm assuming, is full of old school filing cabinets and paper, and there are files. Like an old school filing setup, because they didn't always have computers down here to use as an easy way to know things. And there are basically information about each and every gang member in the spirals. Psyche vowels, even.
Honestly, in that
20 pages that just say crazy.
I am going straight for the H and said sections.
I'm checking out Rosie. I was gonna kind of like walk up and just kind of pat her on the cheek.
As you approach very closely, the whole box starts to go.
Oh, not too far down.
Let's if anybody wants to go to that side, the other two should stay on this side. Keep the weight distributed in our favor.
Kind of back up slowly.
Alternatively, we can grab this stuff, get out, and try and shove this thing out, and then explore it safely.
Why did we just do that from the start?
Because we're dumb fucks.
Also, if it lands on his side, we have to climb around in here.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I've got a grapple belt. You got those wheelie doos. You get all over the place. We'll be fine.
You can find psych evals and information on Heidi and Zeke.
Yep.
Basically, approvals of abilities to test their loyalty. And basically, you see in their markings of the date that they killed your parents. Also, they were approved into the Magi program that JD has set up.
Any details on the implants they got?
Yes, you can get the information on it.
Thank fuck.
They were both destined to have the excitation implant. Neither of them got that.
Oh.
They ended up with something different, and there's comments basically there from JD of he feels it was more fitting how it ended up turning out. And there's a lot of information there about Heidi being able to shoot now from anywhere through anything. And then,
do these comments seem to be more like this was a last minute change or like accidental?
Like it wasn't intended.
Okay.
It was
as intended.
I don't think
they were also they were also marked as his first to receive.
I don't know how it is now, but I don't think they had full control over what they were giving out.
But there are a lot of files there.
Is there a file in there marked "My Evil Master Plan"?
Let me check under the. Do you reckon that's under the M or P for plan?
It'd be under E for evil. No, wait, they're all in there.
There does not seem to be anything for master plan in here. It's like he wouldn't leave that out where somebody could.
Yeah, we could have hoped.
Kind of inconsiderate bad guy is this guy.
There is a list though that is was floating free when you got in there, and it's a list of materials, and a lot of it is like Vitae and a lot of material you don't recognize, and it has a TTI Corp logo, a subsidiary logo on it. Somebody who was from Topside might recognize, but it's definitely a logo of a corp.
Oh, well, grabbing that.
Yeah.
It's for making a BEP.
Transcendent BEP.
Oh no!
No, nobody needs that.
Do not transcend the BEP.
Okay, so we can reach the torture room, the pillar room, the spiral room without tipping, right?
Yeah. It's just if you try to go to the lounge, you pretty much can you need to offset your weight, or you need to not.
Any handy drugs in the torture room or anything?
Oh. Only the kind that enhance pain and keep you alive.
Does the pillar room have the drinks?
There is alcohol. Yeah. I already
Can Amelia get those drinks?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that, and she's just like gonna while waiting for us to push this thing out so we can explore it in a different way. She's just like chugging a bottle.
Lola's gonna head back into the main corridor, look at Amelia. Who you're a skinny young adult, right?
Leave some for me.
Just gonna look at the cog and herself, who's pretty weighty, before going, you may be able to walk down the end if we stay back towards the door.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Light. But...
Actually, come back with us a second. Let's see if we can move a bit of rubble into the doorway. Might help.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's smashed through a wall, so there's probably big...
those filing cabinets. They look heavy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to wheel some of those towards, one of those towards the end as we head out as well. Just shift some of the weight a bit.
Alright, so you move those down and you move some rubble in, and you feel like as long as you guys are down on that end, it kind of weights it down a little bit better. So it doesn't nearly feel as oh no when somebody goes to the other end now.
Yeah. And if Amelia's heading down that end, Lotta's actually going to hand her one of the grenades and nod towards Rosie. Can you make sure the brain's gone, destroyed?
I was gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Zuri. Just like, there's nothing left to save in there, right?
I'm I'm no expert, but if what I saw is right, then she probably has been in that state for several years, so I don't think so.
So I know none of us have particularly like medical skills and or scientific experience, but do you know what happens to a decapitated person that isn't on Vitae? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Thanks, Storm.
The brain will be non-recoverable if you just pull the tube out.
But none of us understand how Vitae works. It's scary, so this seems like the best way to go.
Yeah, fair enough. Blow it up.
Well, we've probably heard that bad things happen to people that are kept on.
Well, yeah, as you come down to the end of the lounge area, the strangest thing happens. You swear that the body twitched.
Can I get over to it now that we've counterweighted stuff a little bit?
You can get over to it, and as you approach, you can kind of also see that there is a mark basically going from a little above the collar all the way down to her crotch, where clearly she was sliced open at one point. And the way her body is hanging, you feel like there's probably not much in that torso.
Except for the remote bomb.
Mm-hmm. Not denying any remote bombs. Anyway,
Seth, shut up.
No, I like this idea.
But yeah, you swear that the body almost twitches a little bit as you get close.
I'm gonna kind of reach up and slap her face a little. Just like, yo, are you in there?
A hand suddenly closes around your airway. And tightens.
Sorry, what? You glitched out.
Oh. Did I glitch out?
Not to me. Yeah, I hear you fine.
I heard it.
I've been having it a lot tonight.
Alright, the hand suddenly like snakes up like a striking cobra, latches around your neck and starts squeezing your airway.
Well, they didn't secure her very well, did they?
I'm shocked she still has hand.
Is it like cut?
Actually, wait. You're right. I think she has no torso. I think
you described her as having nothing.
It basically the head just like snaps at you.
I'm just like, Rosie?
There is no response.
Like, fuck JD, goddamn. I'm just gonna pull my gun out and shoot her in the head a few times.
Okay. It doesn't seem to actually change its state of still kind of.
Vitae, go. Blow it up.
It's like, just a second. I'm gonna go grab my file.
So you're gonna go all the way back, go into the room, grab the file out, yeah?
And then I'm gonna, like, on my way back out, I'm gonna grab a few more bottles and then just like stick the grenade with the remote off, set it to remote, and like just kind of stick it on her. I'm just gonna grab her head and like shove it in her mouth. It's like, that'll get it done.
Yeah, this is a real dignified end, but
it's like, I'm not here for dignity. I'm here to.
Is there your resolve save?
I was wondering when that would
come. Yep. This makes sense. So he goes, hey, watch this, and shoves the counterweights out.
Difficulty 4.
It's like later thrift kick.
It's difficulty 4. They are directly.
Difficulty 4. Okay.
Yeah, there is a immediate danger and unkindness being done to Rosie.
Why did we give Suri her gun back?
And the grenades.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
I mean, she does have all her readiness and focus.
Hey!
She passes. You are just flooded in digital noise and angry Zuri, and just like this text of no, just all over your vision. From you can feel like you have to fight back to keep control.
Mm-hmm.
You know they don't want this.
Zuri is grabbing her head and hands over her ears, as if that's gonna help.
I'm gonna stop and look.
I need to get out of here, and she's leaving the box thing.
I was like,
oh no!
Oh no! The weight suddenly shifts. So Zuri's weight's not holding the box anymore.
I'm immediately reaching for the grenade to turn the remote detonator off.
I thought you already did the remote detonator on when you shoved it on. So I'm assuming you're just turning and running, because right now the box is turning like at an angle now as it's starting to drop out.
Your counterweight just left.
Then I am.
Your counterweight just left suddenly.
Okay, then I'm just bolting. Just like.
Alright, so I'm gonna say
Also, I think I'd have the detonator, in fact.
dodge save from Lada, and we'll say that's at difficulty 2. And Amelia, you're gonna have a dodge save at difficulty 3.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I'll give you an athletics check, Amelia. Oh, I guess not.
Can we both have athletics?
No, I was just gonna say her athletics is trying to run up straight up that hill.
Well, my it would be the same thing.
Yeah.
2d8, and that with athletics that would be a 10, which I succeed with on a boon.
Yeah, it's we're just stick with the dodge, because it's oh no. Okay, so basically, step out. Oh no, I can't be here. And there's this creaking noise behind you as the box suddenly turns and drops out the building.
Oh!
Lada and Amelia, you both go flying back down to the end of the corridor, down by the Vitae body. And I'll say you both take a wound as you crack.
That is actually a lot of distance for me.
Oh, is it? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll.
I think that was exactly what that personality in your head was trying to get you to do. So, I mean,
two wounds for Lada.
I'm told that I'm really quiet.
I can hear you fine. So I've got the same
from the stream.
I don't know. I'm not sure why it would be different, because your levels are the same as anybody else's that are.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking too quiet.
Maybe. All right, but basically you both crack to the bottom as this heavy thing slams to the ground. Amelia, you're gonna take a wound, and Lada, you're gonna take 2 wounds as you crack right behind Amelia, who is holding the detonator button, I assume, for the grenade.
So as I was saying, I wouldn't have actually handed over the detonator itself.
Well, so for
wouldn't.
remote
yeah.
detonation on the grenade, the pin is the detonator. So whoever places it,
okay.
Okay, they've got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like trying to hold that up in the air for wherever I fall. It's not hitting it.
All right. There is like a wobbling, but you get the feeling that the door is now up.
So, what exactly happened? Am I still in the box when it fell?
You're in the bottom of the box now. Think of it like it went from being like the floor of a building to being an upright cereal box as it fell out.
Remember that scene from the second Jurassic Park?
You are back in the car. Oh wait, no, the wrong car.
Yeah.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the first one. The
so
second
you
one was the
back
one
in
where they fell through the middle of the RV when the RV was falling over.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
but you are now in the lounge area on some tattered cushions. There's some broken glass and stuff. And Zuri, you kind of turn and look as the thing just crashes.
And you hear a "God damn it, Zuri!"
from up in the building. You hear faint, "I'm sorry."
Just like Zuri, you're really starting to threaten my Schmidwinkle today.
All I can think of is the freaking Dota Rick and Morty announcements. Oh, 4 kills. Oh, it's not an accident anymore.
Oh, wait, wait, no, I won't do that. I won't do that. I was like, wait a minute, you guys had actual concrete blocks you brought in for counterweights, and I was like, nah, we'll just assume they missed you. This one time.
Okay, so how high up is this sort of is the doorway from us now?
I'm gonna say about 40 feet.
Okay, I will say, if that's the case, you need to roll D12 wounds for me.
Oh, okay.
How about
All
me?
right, so I'll re-roll that.
Allie, you're in Martian gravity.
Yeah.
It adjusts the fall damage.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay, it's probably D6 then, right?
It goes down by a level, yeah. Or I think
What
it
is
cuts
it?
it in half, so it's technically 20 feet.
Alright, so
Okay, 5 wounds.
ow, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, you took a bit more of an ow.
And I took 1.
I'm actually gonna roll for you as well. Then I won't just
Okay.
give you the automatic one because
I'll
give
find
you
it
the
really quick,
D3.
but the fall damage table is for Venus and Earth gravity. And there's an adjustment for here. Falling in varied gravity, Mars double all flying dive distances before incurring negatives, so technically it's like half damage.
Okay.
Alright. So basically, Amelia, you took 2 wounds from the fall.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that probably hurt Lotta. I'm gonna assume you got hit by the rubble on the way down. That's part of what happened.
I don't need to be hit by the rubble. The fall itself hurts enough.
Ow!
Yeah, Lotta looks very angry in that sense of like somebody that's still trying to keep their composure and keep focused on what's the mission and trying to be a decent person and not be angry at the person that did this. But she's really pissed.
Are there any bottles left not destroyed?
They're up in the room that they were in, which is now vertically up from you, about 30 feet up.
Okay,
in a little
can we use the
room.
corridor walls and doors to try and climb up?
It will be a difficult athletics check, but you could try.
I'm putting the detonator pen like in my teeth.
Oh yeah, that's a good spot for that.
Right, no, let's go for it.
Don't let Amelia grit her teeth, everybody.
Does Amelia have a grapple belt? She can get up,
I
right?
do actually, in fact, have a grapple belt. Can I carry you up?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm quite a
I'm
bit.
pretty sure this thing has more mass than we do.
A little, yeah.
Also, I'm kind of tempted to see if I can climb this with my amazing
Alright, well, I'm
athletics.
gonna say
There it
it's
is.
difficulty 3 athletics check to climb
Okay.
yourself.
D8.
I'm gonna grapple belt myself
After
up.
a minute or so, Zuri appears at the door, looking down. Are you still
You
there?
You can't. That's 40
You'd have to
feet straight up.
climb the buildings outside.
I can't drive up walls.
Oh yeah, she can drive
Oh.
straight up. So she can drive straight
Right.
up. So you can
Okay.
you can drive straight up.
Target
looking
10.
down the hall.
I'm pro.
All right, you made
Nice.
it. All right, so you literally like leap.
I'm
wall to
goating
wall.
my way up.
Yeah, and then you gotta pull yourself up at the top, and then Amelia, same thing. Difficulty
Whoa.
3 athletics check, or else you can try to shoot your grapple belt up there.
That's a total of 10.
What's your?
I have a
Do you have a
boon.
boon?
I do in fact have a boon. I'm pretty athletic.
All right. So you don't manage to be as majestic as the goat because they way succeeded this check, but you're like yeah shoot is
My
needs to be
armor's-
fancy.
My armor's
I
still
can
all
do it.
slippery.
Yeah.
When
You're
we get
also
up
trying
top,
to find a way to like get more alcohol bottles on the way up without using up all your hands, so you can't climb, which is complicating your life.
when we get up top to Zuri,
grab a bunch of bottles and then we'll grab them the rest of the way.
All right, so now you guys are on top of this slice of building that is standing vertical in the road.
Yeah.
And there's like a 40-foot drop on either side.
pursed lips as she looks at Zuri, just like does that raised hand as if going to like tell her off, but just clenching her fist and shaking her head.
Zuri looks really, really, really sorry.
Oh,
If I had stayed, I probably would have shot Amelia.
It's like I prefer not that. So, can we leave here now forever?
Oh, now we gotta get down.
Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I just felt like I needed to chime in there.
Boom, boom.
yeah.
Oh, I get it. We're gonna get down.
Yep.
It's relevant because first you had to get up, and you gotta get up to get
Right.
down.
Anyone gonna need rope or anything?
No, not on me.
One of. Oh, that's right. We gave the the wire to Miko.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants another stupid plan?
I love those.
I do.
What
I
we
do.
do,
I'm just
we get this to try and tilt and topple, and we slide down the side that's facing upwards.
How
Sure.
are you gonna get it to tilt and top?
You can go down.
I can, yes, but I'm not strong enough to tip this thing over.
And then
not with that attitude.
Lotta hands her 2 grenades.
Are you sure about this?
Fuck no.
This seems like a really bad idea.
Doesn't it just? Wait, you have repulsors. Taking the grenades back, pointing down, repulsor at the base.
Yeah, I was about to say, this seems like... Wait, do we want to do it at the base, or do we want to do it, near the top? Because the base...
We're on the top.
If we do it at the top, they're gonna push you off the thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's also a solution, to be fair. We could just...
Wait, I know. We jump off it and detonate a repulsor at our feet as we fall.
I was kind of wondering if that would be an option.
if you want that, we don't need to waste the grenade. I can just push you off.
I can just take the time to reload this belt.
Oh, that's grand for you.
Oh, can't you just, spring back down there? You go to...
Looking over the edge. What is the surfacing on the ceiling or floor? I don't know which way we're actually facing now.
It's
the underside of the
smooth on the way down.
Yeah, no.
Metal. And at the bottom, there's all this raw iron spikes sticking up as a result of all the the surface street of the street being those they run those iron bars to kind of that's
no.
something.
I think I like the repulsor slip inside the idea better.
There's a third option. There's a third option that I will bring up.
Try and leap back into the building?
No, have Amelia go down with her grapple belt, and then have Zuri run the grapple belt up to you.
That's boring.
Alright.
Let's do that one. I prefer that.
It hasn't been suggested in character, so you'll have to figure that out.
Well, it's not gonna. That's not an idea that's gonna come from me, because then I have to think about giving my grapple belt up.
I'm gonna roll. So I didn't think of it as a player.
Alright. I'll say difficulty 0.
Okay, mind exert.
Logic.
Okay.
So that should be a mind perceive, I think.
Mind
perceive.
perceive.
An idea in most cases. It's
Well,
logic
it's
to
generating an idea.
yeah, this is like
To
realizing a thing. Yeah.
That's actually a better roll for me, so.
While you're figuring that out, Amelia's just sitting with her legs dangling.
Wait, I'm a fucking idiot. Never mind. Go down with your grapple belt so you can run it back up.
Okay, while you're thinking about that, Amelia's just sitting with her legs dangling off the side, pouring liquor over her fucking face. Wash yourself off.
All over that belt now. Alright, so...
Hey, I'm thirsty too, gimme!
I'll hand you a bottle.
Get me down this fucking building first!
Just geez, fine.
Pushy.
I will push you.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, I guess pulling giant ass chunks of fallen building off of someone makes them cranky. I'll just let myself down.
Alright, give me the
Fingering the trigger of a gun a bit.
Right, so you're using the grapple belt. Is it? It's an activate ability, right? It's operate.
Is it?
I think
read
it's just
the
a thing
rule,
that you
and
shoot it. Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, so you shoot it.
Oh, it only has a range of 8 hexes, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
Okay, cool. So I'll go down 8 hexes and be kind of hanging there, just guys.
Never mind. This was a bad idea as well.
Wait, 8 times 3 is 24. That's about halfway. Just drop the rest.
Yeah, that's only a 10-foot drop in Mars.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll just go ahead and just uncloak the belts.
And I will drive down the wall, take the belt, and bring it back up to Lotta.
Oh, I was gonna make Amelia do the ranged attack, but okay. Yep, get it back up.
I can try if you want me to.
Alright, no, that's fine. Let's just get going. Alright, so
I'm perfectly happy to.
Lotta, you got the grapple belt on now. You can shoot your way down.
She would be aiming for the stationary top of the building, to be fair. So.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want me to do that?
I'd love to see you both do it.
I mean, you're the host.
Drop.
Alright, you get down. Okay. You managed to not take any more wounds this time, Lotta. And Zuri, you're at the top or the bottom or wherever you are.
Once Lord and Emilia are down, I'm gonna detach the grapple belt and bring it back down with me.
All right, so you guys are back outside of the box, and you're standing next to it.
Okay, let's get a little distance away, then we blow it, and we
What a
never speak
grand
again.
See, I was
adventure.
hoping you wouldn't, thinking you just hit the button. It'll be fine.
That thing survived 2 falls out of building right now. I don't think a little grenade is gonna damage it.
Oh crap!
I wasn't saying it was going to damage it. It would make it tip.
I was like, we're gonna get a little bit away. I'm just like, oh, sorry, Rosie. Hit the button.
Sorry, your screen is just all no.
Let's not use the R word.
Zuri is thinking very intently. I'm sorry.
And there is
Actually,
a boom. Are you doing it? Or wait, you're not doing it? Yeah,
I am doing it.
There is a boom, and there's actually a gout of fire that goes off the top of the the doorway that was the side of this building top, and there is like you can all see like papers flying up, catching on fire and going away, and there is like an intense smell of something, and there's like almost like you swear you hear something screaming, but you can't tell if it's just your own thoughts or whatever. And Zuri, big red text comes up across your screen. Kill Emilia.
I actually was just gonna like turn to Zuri and just like I had planned. Yeah, this was actually planned. Just like, hey, Rosie, if you're still in there, I am genuinely sorry, but I mean, I couldn't leave you like that. That's
murderer.
Oh, well, because she was doing so good there on her own.
Zuri's eyes are going.
Kind of an unhinged personality, unfortunately.
Zuri's eyes are going. Why did she shaking her head and just saying no?
Okay, I'm taking her gun.
How many times can we learn this lesson? Let us count the ways.
It's like maybe we should have had Zuri not look at this. So Miko, you've managed to slink closer to the building. You are now on strange territory. It's fleshy under your feet.
It is a bit, but so Slink isn't exactly how she's designed.
I'm walking on sunshine.
For Snake. She's kind of moving on instinct at the moment, because at first she had swam up to the surface to go finish the mission, but this is intriguing her in a way that nothing has so far. Mm-hmm. So, because she's been looking for stuff. She's been looking for stuff for the past 4 days, and every time she finds the stuff is unimportant. It's just basic stuff. This is the first stuff that has mattered so far, and she's not entirely sure why, because it doesn't, jive with the programmed personality that she thought that she had. So she is going to attempt to see what she resolves into, but she'll start slowly and try to move in. See what you can get. So I guess I will sneak in a little bit.
All right, you as you approach the building, there's occasionally a lumberous set of massive tentacles that seem to kind of just rip their way across the landscape, swaying, and every once in a while they're knocking away some bits of structure from the initial point that the building was at. And you can see the rubble's actually kind of mostly been pushed away. It's just this massive fleshscape going forever. And occasionally you see like a massive eyeball, like probably about 6 feet across. And it's lacking a lid or anything like that, but you can see these big, kind of whitish pupils looking around.
She will attempt to pick up anything else that is significant along with that.
Okay, and there is this blurbing and squishing kind of noises as you approach, and there's a feeling of coldness, and there is a black pool at the site you remember being at.
Is it like stationary?
Yes.
Is this? Can I see any degree of the original structure at all? Is this maybe where the operations were happening?
It's hard to tell. I mean, like I said, the tendrils seem to have been just kind of pulling away at all of the everything's kind of turned around, but you can kind of make out the stairwell from here, and there's just this black pool that seems to just kind of be hanging there.
She notes the location, but kind of figures when she goes in there may not be a return trip. We're gonna find everything else that's here first.
All right, give me a body perceive. Difficulty 3. Also, do you have anything that gives you any special bonuses for transcendent stuff, like Daydreamer had?
I don't think so specifically. Let me look.
Okay. I know Daydreamer had the if it's transcendent, I get to know.
Legacy memory, blood is overcharge. I don't think I do inherently. Let me check my background. Landmarks, notoriousness. Here we go. Unknown. Dubious origin. There we go. Nope, nothing there. No, not specifically.
All right. So let's see, what did you roll?
I haven't yet. Body perceive. You said difficulty 4? 3?
3.
Okay.
This is really weird shit in a really weird way.
Actually going to complicate it because she's not. This isn't anything mechanical. It's just a thing with the character. She needs to be moving at speed to really be able to observe stuff, and she's not behaving the way she should be.
Okay.
Body perceive because she doesn't really know how to behave yet.
Mm-hmm.
Also, typing /roll body perceive still doesn't work.
I
should stop doing that.
I said, did you want me to work on the character sheet? And you said no.
D6.
Now see here, I'm just a simple country chicken.
Yeah, she's not really getting much.
Yeah, she's not getting anything out of this.
Which is frustrating. She's trying to figure out why it is she can't really pick up on anything. Because it all seems like it's grabbing her attention, but it's like it's looking through a foggy lens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you feel like you should be doing it better, but you can't get a hold of what's going on.
She is going to do a.
Gonna science the shit out of this?
No, she's gonna do a mind perceive, I think, to try to figure out what she needs to be doing.
Okay.
Just to see if this is where this happens or not. I'm gonna say difficulty 2. This is just kind of a self-imposed thing.
Alright.
No, yeah, she's not entirely sure. She's gonna walk around the area trying to figure out what's going on and go, what are you trying to tell me here? She'll climb up to the next floor just along the side and see what else is there to find.
You get the feeling something's watching you.
You again? Where are you from? And she'll turn around and try to go, what who's making you? Where are you? What are you a part of?
As you look back, it's like looking at you through a lens. You know, like if you like do one of the filters in Photoshop, and you do like the negative, it's like a negative version of you. The colors are all offset. Everything just seems like it's off. Your eyes are empty and white, and it opens its mouth and it's.
I don't sound like that.
And then it fades away again.
She's gonna try to jump on the spot where it was.
It's cold and tingly. Smells like
Are
spearmint.
you? Something about this is off. Everything's. She'll keep going up and try to get to a location where she can see basically the expanse of it. So she's gonna try to get to the top of where the building's wreckage was, essentially.
Okay. As you pull yourself up to the top of what's left, you feel like something's there again.
She will look at it one more time.
And as you turn and look, you can't make out the shape anymore. It's like it's not really distinct, but it's like the most impressive thing about it is there's almost like a white glow about it in the shape of almost a lab coat. And you see it just kind of move very decidedly past you. It didn't go away immediately this time. And it goes over to what seems to be the mangled wreckage of a machine and just kind of fades into it.
She'll check out the machine.
It has very little left of it. It seems to be it was a very strange and different looking machine, but there is like a serial code thing where it would say the model and stuff for getting parts, and you can make out the letters on it, Mako.
She'll see if that's at all something that she recognizes.
Well, you can try. You know your character better than me, so I'll let you figure this difficulty out.
Well, I mean, it's just the same realization that I was doing before, so you can kind of set it based on TTI. That's well known. She wasn't particularly involved in any specific projects, so it's kind of like
No,
whatever you want to set it at.
I'll say difficulty. We'll say difficulty 2 on this one.
Okay. Well, it's double simplified through TTI, so. Insert and. You want to mind perceive?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12.
It's definitely a TTI piece of machinery, and it's definitely used for possibly transcendence and bioprobes.
And she'll
like a printer.
kind of frown at it a little bit, and she feels like angry, like this is an abuse of some kind, which is also puzzling her. And she's going to kind of shake her head a little bit and see if there's anything that she can take from it that's at all useful. That might help her to track it like topside. If there's any kind of
you could try to pull off the plate,
right.
Or you could try to pull a board from it.
She'll see if that can be done.
All right. Give me an engineering check.
Can I do sabotage instead?
No, you're trying to keep it, not destroy it.
No, I'm not trying to keep the machine. I just want to keep part of the machine.
You just want to keep an important part of the machine. So engineering, right? Right, guys? Guys, are you with me on this? Guys.
I don't think she'll take the check then.
Did they leave?
I'm just as likely to destroy it.
I'm here. I say engineer that shit.
Yeah, engineer that shit.
I remain very Switzerlandishly neutral.
Yes.
I am the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Then she'll leave it be.
You can try. I mean, what's gonna happen?
I'll break it.
It's not a risky check. It's not a risky check. But do you have like a bad thing on it?
Yeah, I've got a fault on it.
Well, why don't you call for Zuri or somebody to come do it?
Because they're off doing their own thing. This is all simultaneous.
Yeah, but you can still call for them. They'll eventually get to you.
Nah,
I'm assuming about this time they're probably at the base of their building, or on the way out. It's been some time for you, doing your investigation.
I'm just as likely to just kind of commit the thing to memory. So if there's anything there to look at, I'll, try to get a name from it.
You're trying to remember numbers and serial codes and things like that on the non-melted parts, and
so
that's mostly what you're trying to do.
It might be findable again.
Mm-hmm. But it is definitely in a state, and it looks like whatever other systems were on this floor have been kind of wrenched and whatever, and there's a lot of like black marks on the walls that do not seem like they're going away, but they emanate cold.
She will head back down to the bottom again and look at the black pool and kind of cock her head at it, like, am I supposed to go in you? She'll chuck something random at it.
It bounces off.
Like a solid surface?
Yeah.
She will go over to the edge of it and poke a paw through. Like,
a clawed hand suddenly grabs your arm.
Oh, hi!
Trying to pull you in.
You're friendly!
Body athletics check, difficulty 2.
Let's roll. I got a boon on this. I am going to keep it at target 12, but I'm going to use the boon. I want to pull it out.
Alright.
Rather than it pulling me in.
Alright.
Let's see here.
Roll well.
Plus 3, 2. Pretty good.
Okay. You managed to fight back against the pulling, and instead of being pulled into the blackness, you start pulling the form back out. And it is a very staggering sight as this black clawed arm starts to give way, and you see a very glistening green skin start to emerge as you pull a female chameleon vector out of the out of the blackness, which starts to wink away as she's pulled free. Her hand is disfigured and blackened. There are black veins running up to her shoulder, and she is nude.
Well, you weren't who I expected.
And her eyes are white, and she is looking around panicked, like she can't see. Where am I? Oh God!
Where were you? Do you know?
I don't know. Who are you? Why is it so dark? Why is everything so dark?
I'm kind of trying to find that out myself, actually. The first part. The second, is it that dark? Is it? Oh, you're not from down here. How long were you in there?
I don't know. What is there? What is here?
The last thing you remember?
Something grabbed me. And I tried to pull away, and then it pulled me through.
Yeah, it's a familiar experience, actually. I just pulled harder.
My hand doesn't feel right.
It doesn't really look right either. It's neat, though. She's gonna look at the hand and see if it's doing anything.
Why is it so cold here? Oh God, where are my clothes?
Miko, the human touch.
She'll examine the hand and see if it seems like it's spreading contamination or something.
It is kind of giving off this kind of wispy blackness that you've seen from the other stuff, but it seems to be mostly staying where it is, even though it's kind of moving around like mist on a hill, kind of. But it doesn't seem to be getting any larger or changing its immediate areas that it's traveling.
Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to keep that, but for now, I guess it's
what
okay.
What do you mean?
Where it is.
What do I have? I'm naked!
Huh? Yeah, no, we established that. Cute, though. Tell you what, we should probably go.
Fresh!
If you head back down that way and kind of stay low to the ground, you should be able to get out okay. Don't talk to anything that doesn't look like a vector, or I guess a cog. There, she's pointing down toward where she came in.
She looks around in all directions, unable to see what you're pointing at.
Are you blind?
I can't see. Why is it so dark?
Oh, you meant like everything dark. I thought you just meant the ambient lighting was low. Oh, that's a little difficult.
Yeah, her. She has no pupils right now. There's nothing there.
I don't judge. Maybe it was an aesthetic choice.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, in this case, it is actually a problem.
Why don't you? Crap. I wasn't really expecting passengers. Here, hold on to my shoulder. Come over this way.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing, thank you.
Why are you naked?
Personal hygiene choices.
Is this a nudist colony?
Come on. She's gonna start leading her back toward the edge of the area.
She stumbles a lot with you. She clearly is not used to being blind.
Yeah.
She will start following you.
This is good.
About this time, the party can realize that Miko has not chimed in a while.
I better check on that.
Yeah.
That's probably not the best scenario. I'll radio her and just like, hey, Miko.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm just checking in. Is everything okay? Have you broken anything important?
Oh, not nearly important enough. I found a survivor, though.
Who are you talking to?
This is all in her head. She's not talking out loud.
Oh, she's not talking out loud? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if she habitually talked out loud when she was talking like that.
I think it might be like an unrelated victim. It's kind of complicated. I'm gonna bring her out. Do you have any spare clothes?
Oh yeah, I'm just let me just go into my closet and pull out all these.
Well, I mean, you were just in the happy fancy pillow room. Was there anything there?
Yeah, I brought everything of importance. She just like starts chugging.
Oh well, great.
A bottle.
Good. Anywho, I'll bring her out that way. I don't really know what
There's
we're gonna do with her
a lot of dead bodies
just
you're passing, Miko.
yet. Yeah, I suppose. I can loot one of these corpses.
If you haven't thought of it, there are a lot of corpses. Which, I mean, there are a lot of corpses that were heavily armed as well.
I didn't know how much of them were really going to be intact after, the big flesh blob hit them.
Well, I'm just saying, if you looked around, you could probably find stuff.
I will see if there is something suitable for her, I suppose.
You can get her some pants and what's left of a jacket.
Put these on, and we'll just we'll keep going this way. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Maybe I should just left you in the black bowl.
What?
Huh? What? I found you in a pit. In reality.
Yeah.
Kind of regretting I didn't visit.
But
It kind of sealed up after you were gone. Can you make another one? Did you do it? Was it you?
do what?
She's looking at the hand, like expecting it to do something.
Everything's black.
Yeah, no, we've established that. You're fairly blind. What am I gonna do with a blind person with a crazy? I'm not even sure what to do with you right now. Well, tell me about yourself, friend.
I don't remember anything. I should have a name, shouldn't I?
Probably.
What's my name?
Huh. We'll figure that out as we go. She's gonna kind of pull her this way. Do you want to make up a name? Is there a name you like?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm supposed to have one. What's your name?
Miko.
I like that name. Can I have that name?
I suppose.
Okay, I'm Miko.
Good.
I'm not using that name much anymore anyway.
Yeah, nobody calls me that. She'll lead her along. So, Mother Miko, can't remember much, huh?
No,
Okay. Can't see anything?
I just woke up.
Miko's gonna look around. Do I see any sign of any of the transcendent entities around?
They seem to be there, but they seem to be doing this fringe thing, and they are backing off and dissipating. They're acting very differently now.
I'm gonna start walking toward one with her.
It just seems to fade off into a wall as you approach.
She's just gonna look around and see if she can find another one.
Give me a body perceive. Difficulty 2, we'll say.
I'm gonna bump that up. Reroll the 3.
Okay. Roll a 2. Do my bidding.
No, that
Damn
was good.
Alright. See, whenever I say it, it never happens for me. Alright, you're able to find another pack of them. They are hunting down a guy at the end of an alley, and as you approach, they're in the middle of tearing this guy apart alive, and the girl Miko is pulling on you, going, I don't want to. That sounds scary. I don't want to go that way.
No, it's nothing. It's just one of those. You're confused. No, it's a bunch of machinery. Let's go this way. Come on.
And then the things kind of turn and look, and then they're gone.
Is it you doing it or me? I think it's probably you.
Is it okay? The sound stopped. I don't like being scared.
It's really interesting. Hang on a second. Just don't go anywhere.
Scared. Miko.
Huh?
Other Miko, where are you going?
Nowhere important. Just, hang out there for just a moment. You're gonna try to find another bunch.
Alright. Meanwhile, the other party, I'm assuming, is heading in that direction. Trying to find where Miko disappeared to. And you'll see this writhing flesh hellscape, and occasionally these blackened creatures chasing people down. They don't seem to be coming after you guys at the moment, but they do seem to be dissipating as time is going on. They're starting to go away.
This is horrible. What did this?
There is like entrails everywhere. It looks like some people just flat exploded in a couple places. Right. And give me a body perceive, see if you can find the color dog bouncing around in this hellscape. I'll say difficulty 1 because unlike everything else here, she's not made of darkness and
she's fairly illuminated at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
Oops.
Amelia is just looking around like, I hate this.
Yeah, it makes your stomach just churn just thinking about it, Amelia.
I want to not be here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go.
Where do you want to go?
Not here. I want to go. I don't know. I want to pick a direction and start running.
All right.
I don't blame you.
Lada and Zuri, you both are going to see sights of the color dog. Lada as an extra thing for rolling stupidly high. One of the tentacles goes whipping past you, and at the base of it, something catches your eye. The flesh that is all deformed and stretched and whatever seems to bear a symbol that is very familiar to you.
Oh?
It is a serif tattoo that has been bulged and elongated out.
Buzzing comes to Miko. Hey, Miko.
Yeah.
You know about this shit, sort of?
A little bit. I'm kind of conducting a little investigation. Kind of, sort of.
This great big amount of flesh. What's the likelihood it's made out of people?
Oh, very high. Well, I mean, at least part of it.
I just saw a serif tattoo on one of its appendages.
Oh, anyone you know?
I'll just ask.
Let me know what it says.
Click. I was looking over the mass, like, don't think we can roll this up.
We'd need a lot more grenades.
You know, we might want to leave here because when they get wind of this up top, they're probably going to send bombers.
I have no idea what laptop's going to do. This is a whole fucking mess.
About this time, you guys are going to see in the distance in another direction. You can see the lights go up from many, many, many miles away. But it's so dark going in the other direction that there's not a lot of light pollution down here. You can see what you assume is the progenitor ship coming down and doing a pickup.
That's one thing at least.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get my radio out and put it on that, or my radio that from Aaron's like, yo, Stefan.
Don't fuck you, not right now! Stop hiding!
Oh, sorry. She just like stuffs the radio back in her pouch, just like that.
Good talk.
Well, I mean, he did just like call the police on himself, basically, just there. So
Yeah.
fuck you, stop. Miko, you look around and there's less and less of those things, and it seems like they're kind of disappearing. And your little like looking at you friend seems like they're gone. And soon it's just a open, empty square with a lot of dead bodies, and Miko and you guys, and Miko.
Does Miko show up?
Miko's bouncing around.
We spotted her, so I figured we'd head towards her.
Yeah.
Like Miko.
Hey, Miko. Who's your friend?
Miko's muted right now.
Okay, well, we'll talk to the friend then. Just like, hey, what outfit?
Hey, Miko. Who's your friend?
I wonder if Seb's okay. Did his stream die?
Nope.
Thumbs up. Still.
Check the stream. He's not.
Let me go AFK quick.
Maybe. Svee, where are you?
Hey,
Yeah, the stream's
Svee.
alive.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
You were a maid to go out and get her.
Hey, since Steph's gone, you guys want to play Maid?
Yeah. Who doesn't love Maid RPG? Everybody, that's who.
Yes, that's all right.
So, fatal anybody?
Can we?
Two options: fatal or bleach your own eyes.
That's a pretty easy decision with the eye bleach.
Yeah, that bleach is pretty tempting there.
Wait, what?
I have a bad history with Fatal.
Who has a good history with fatal?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure not even like Byron Hall does.
Svee, help.
I don't think I ever played that.
You probably haven't, and for a myriad of good reasons.
Yeah.
What's really weird is on Zev's screen, I can see that he had typed a check that he never hit the enter for.
Oh no.
So he must have had to go AFK.
Interesting.
'Cause
So
if you
can
look,
we?
Maybe it transcended manifestations.
he's
Just-
rolling D10 plus D8 plus 2.
I see that.
It's a message.
I just clicked on the screen and tried to complete it for him, and it was stream.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Okay, so remember everybody, the HSC Kickstarter is over. You can no longer put any money into that, so remember to go check that out.
I'm back, sorry.
Yay!
I had to go take care of some stuff.
Okay.
Okay, what was the
Back.
last you heard? Because they came over and was asking you about your new friend.
It's been a while.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
I'll catch up
what I was
later.
basically
Okay.
saying is the area seems like it is getting low on spooks.
Okay.
They are pretty much dissipating at a very rapid rate now, just kind of going away. And your little friend that was checking up on you isn't around checking up on you anymore. So
My little friend that
it
was
seems
checking
like-
up on me?
The
Yes, the-
one.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one. Okay.
yeah, that weird creepy one.
Okay.
But your friends have shown up.
Yeah, I'm going. Hey, Miko, who's your friend?
Oh, that's Miko.
Oh.
Come
Who's
again?
that, Miko?
Don't worry about it, Miko.
Nah, you're fucking
Okay.
kidding me, right?
Well, I mean, nobody ever uses my real name anyway. What are you gonna call her? No
I use your real name. I use your real name.
What's your name?
Lotta.
Oh, well, we'll come up with a nickname for you eventually. I don't know. I found her in a hole.
I'm actually a
the
little
hell?
afraid to give this one a nickname.
I'm nice.
The transcendent
Hi,
enemies
nice. I'm Miko.
seem to be afraid of her
No.
or backing off of her, but she doesn't really know anything about herself. She's kind of a boat anchor at the moment. I'm not really sure where we're gonna put her.
Well, that depends. Hey, Miko, what gang do you run with?
I don't know if that question really applies.
But I posed it. What? Hello?
She's talking to you, Sam.
Huh?
She's asked what gang you went
Oh,
with.
you asked that, Miko. I thought you were asking.
Yeah,
me. I got
right.
confused.
Both in character and out of character, we need to change this real quick, otherwise this is going to get
Look,
confusing.
Oh,
I'm
what?
already-
What's a gang?
Okay, but for real though.
I'm for real. What's a gang? I can't see.
It's broken. What are we gonna do with it?
I'm really not
That's
sure.
rude. She's
Okay.
clearly a she.
Alright, first off, lady, we can't have you being called Miko. It's going to get confusing. Do you have another name?
I should have a name, but I don't remember one.
Okay. How about Mira? Do you like Mira?
It sounds kind of like haughty, like somebody who keeps cats.
It was very haughty, but
Hmm. Can I have a different name?
yeah, if you want to come up with a name, just you can't be Miko.
Zuri it is.
Why don't we call you?
How about Susanna?
That's perfect.
That's strange.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna like step away a little bit and start looking through the file.
Why did Susanna come to mind?
I don't know. It's a nice name, and then I could be Susie.
And maybe, but if we would say no to that one, what's the next name that comes to mind?
I hate it.
I like the name Aaron.
No.
That was a kid, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely weird.
Is that not a good name?
No.
What are good names?
How about I'm just gonna look her over. How about Veiny?
That sounds weird.
How about I don't know. How about Gecko? Gecko?
You liked Miko, right? What about just Ko?
Coco?
Coco. That's
Yeah,
nice.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't we get the weird, apparently odd psychic lady? I have no idea what that is off the streets. Shit, guys, I don't know what we're doing.
Can we leave now? Can we leave this place?
Let's head for a Spiral's, not a Spiral, but a Sarah safe house. But bar the ways in. Hopefully it's empty. If not, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. Let's do it.
Right, start heading for Spiral territory, I guess. Fuck, Seraph.
I mean, one of them is closer.
We're in one of those, I suppose.
In Spiral territory.
We're here!
Are you guys gonna try ahead to meet up with the car?
Actually, saying that, Stefan, how you doing?
Why the fuck you car?
Reply in a hushed tone, Stefan.
I only have one volume.
I take it the Progenesis is still there, working on extracting the kids.
IRPF.
IRPF.
And I hear angry.
Take it you had to abandon the ambulance.
No.
No.
Marked it far out.
Okay.
Gotta get back to it.
Well, call us when you can.
Right.
Right, no, that's a no-go with linking back up with him right now. Why did you just suddenly turn Jewish? What?
And then after a moment, there's a shh on the radio, and you hear Stefan go, "It's not IRPF! It's not IRPF!"
Who is it?
I don't know, but they're fuck!
Yeah, fuck. That sounds bad.
And,
No, he says this to everything.
Well, totally normal in this case, actually.
yes, and that is where we will stop for this week.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh no!
Alright, good job, everybody. So we were going to do 15 XP to everybody's. Hopefully everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
And everybody's also going to get 500 credits for the fun bucks.
Woo!
I need to get to a buy spot.
Yeah, this is starting to mount up now.
Yeah.
it's gonna get really annoying when we get topside and can't use.
No, we find real cred sticks somehow as we trade in our hobo find bucks.
Underground hobo bucks for top ground hobo bucks.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
gotta find the top
basically,
hobo.
you'll be trading in your street cred and getting fake IDs that have money in their accounts. So
Street cred, that's an awesome name for a currency.
Oh,
No,
man.
hobo bucks.
I
yeah.
like street cred better.
I bet you like Dogecoin as well.
Oh,
Oh, why do you have to hurt Tygon?
It's Sam's job.
I'm the one that hurts Tygon. Me and the 14 other people in Tygon's head right now.
So, last session, we had a
We're throwing a
plan that
party.
went amazingly. This session, not so much.
well, at least as a player, I'm pretty sure I know what's actually going on. We said.
Yeah. Now just see if you can avoid the identity death.
I'm curious.
Hmm?
What's going on in Zuri's head, Tygon?
Well, this AI was supposed to basically erase the identity of Cogs, right? So now all those identities are in Zuri's head.
Doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure this is just a split personality syndrome.
You're making that up.
No.
There's so many people in your head right now, Tygon, and they all want to drive.
Sometimes
Well,
literally.
they can't.
Unless we actually need them to drive, in which case, well, yeah, go for it.
We're gonna have to figure out some way to, sort of looking for, make it up to Rosie. I don't like her.
Rosie's not in there.
Rosie's the one we detonated.
Her lover is in there.
Oh, well.
That's why they want to kill you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay, well, whoever that is,
You definitely owe them a pumpkin spiced latte.
Yeah.
Alexa,
nice,
shoot Siri.
I'll send them a ham.
Alexa, Siri is correct right now.
I will send them a ham. I will send a ham to the widow.
Ham.
And I'm gonna shut the stream down. Thanks for stopping in the stream.
Oh, bye everybody.
Bye everybody. Yeah.